start the NA VOD right now. Toronto, I think the Toronto were the first game, right, as well. Is that true? I feel like that's true. So let me put this on. Let me put it maybe in the right place. That feels reasonable. I think that's too high for the kill feed, or do you think we get away with it? Wait, let me upload this VOD before I forget. Hold on. 11th today? 11th of October. EMEA CoStream done. Alright. I promise you this won't make us lag. Rise up chat. Now you've not got it all in you. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Oh, I need to take the cans off for a bit. My fucking... I don't know what it is. It must just move slightly sometimes. You ever get that where like, just like earache or sore ears? Literally got 5 minutes. By the time we're back, we'll be straight into this Toronto Avidity series. Hold on 2 seconds, sorry. Where am I going? There. There. Bear with me, sorry. Alright. I'm locking in again. What are you saying? Give us Juby casting? I mean, you can do one if Juby casts and I get a drink. You guys need to pace yourselves. You're so impatient. So impatient. Panda will do one. Ah, see, look at this. Like, all of you, or everyone's saying they want to do it, but all of a sudden, when called upon, no answer. No answer. Alright, what do you think? Was anyone here at the start of the stream? And we were complaining about Reddit? Do you think there's much hype for any of those games? I use the Deconi Audio Nuggets headphone. Headband cushions, memory foam. Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, I'm normally fine. It's supposed to just be like a certain position or a certain lineup that costs it all, you know? Where am I going? New. Let's see what people are saying. The Thinker has done it again. We'll do it? You're going to do it? Okay. How long do we have? Oh, you got 1.5 minutes now. 1.5 minutes? Alright, hold on. I'm going to need to leave for call with Unto. Wait, is the voice channel working? Because it wasn't working earlier when me and Unto tried to use it.
Is it working?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, let me screen share. Hold on. I've had to, like, fuck with the size of my Discord.
Well, we're all here. We're going to do it together.
Oh.
Apparently we are. You said join, so I came.
Alright, do you want to pick a map?
Inevitable inventive invasion.
Where am I looking?
It's like fifth
This
from
one? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to do the camera work. Fuck. I was so ready to lock out.
I forgot I had to watch in here and I was still watching the main stream.
It's just cast like 30 seconds
Yeah.
delayed.
Yeah, that's trippy.
I'll catch up eventually, don't worry.
Alright, everyone in who wants to be in?
The important part is Kevster here? He loves marbles.
He's probably basking in the glory.
Artemis, you just going to sit here in silence and not contribute to the casting? The answer is yes.
Alright, we ready? Yeah, she just typed yes. Fine. Alright, ready?
Oh, the Toronto Defiant is in. Let's go.
Alright, here we go. 10-second countdown if anyone wants it. Over to you guys.
We didn't actually discuss how we're doing this.
I don't know what to do.
Antrico's Twitch is off to a quick lead. Coming down the tunnel, everyone still seems to be in a nice little group. Jewel seems to be taking the lead down the ramp, down the little twisty thing. Hard to see. If my streamer could zoom a little bit, that would be nice. Thank you. Jewel and Tipo going through these little red barriers. People gonna get stuck. North Star seems to have made the quick way around. Brooklyn Banana catching up behind. Who's gonna get stuck here? Brooklyn Banana has taken the edge route and made it swiftly through.
I need Brooklyn Banana to die very quickly.
We do not promote violence.
In marbles, not in real life.
Not Louis has speeded through the little circle thing. Who's going to end up going around in a loop for a long time? Everybody, it seems. Toronto Defiant is in it. Lady Trash Panda, who's going to make it through first out of nowhere. Oh, nope, they're falling. CCY and KU, and Not Lewis seems to have made it through first. People coming around the other side. Left-hand side seems to be a little bit quicker. I'm catching up. That's good. Let's go me. CCY and KU is going to be the first through. Nope, they've gotten stuck again. Not Louis has passed them out. Analog Stone and Cronman quickly up behind, breaking away now from the middle pack. Not Lewis seems to have a quick run through. Let's try not get stuck on these loopy things for an hour. Oh wow, speed run. Oh no, Analog Stone has passed out. Is anyone going to catch up at this point? It seems to be a clean lead. Will this fire do anything? Nope. Not Lewis and Analog Stone seem to be quite far ahead of the chasing pack at this point, if they don't get stuck by these little red barriers. Can we take a quick look to the back and see who's fumbling? Doishi, Kyle, oh, everybody. Analog Stone, though, about to finish. Find a tube? In a tube? Nice. Analog Stone takes the lead. A good run from Not Lewis in contention for the entire run there. Everyone seems to be finishing out. Not many deaths in this race besides from that one part in the middle. Now back to Doishi. Doishi.
Oh, she's stuck.
Doishi. What are you doing? Come on,
I think
you
they're
can do
actually
it.
stuck.
Yeah, they're getting on. No,
Oh,
they
no.
made it out. There's still a chance. That Kovic guy could go around in a loop here for a while, and maybe Doishi could make a quick run to the middle and avoid getting timed out. Oh, doesn't look like it. Still 19 seconds left. Is it possible? Might be possible.
I don't know.
I don't think it's possible.
No.
I tried to have hope, Doishi, but I think it's over. I think this is where your career ends. I'm sorry. 2
No.
seconds. It's over. Good job, Analog Stone.
Yay.
I hope everyone has had their marbles, Phil. We'll see you for 3 more hours of marbles tomorrow.
It's like a, you know, in those like rehab programs where they put you on like a, what would you call it, like a drug to get you off the drugs.
Yeah.
This is like we're sort of drip feeding it. Like you can still have some, but only a little.
Only a little bit. Oh, we finished right together, Panda. Oh, we fell off together.
Yay.
No,
I see.
You said there wasn't a lot
Yay!
of deaths,
We
but it
didn't
feels
finish
like
at all.
it feels like
Yeah, there
most
was
people
that.
died. Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't see the deaths.
It's okay. If we didn't see them, they didn't happen.
Good job, chat. I'm leaving now. Bye.
Yep,
See you.
bye.
Thank you, everyone. Can't cut us off at just one. That's for state mandated minimal marble allowance. You've learned your lesson. Oh yeah, look at Artemis. Caught short. No roll anymore. Fuck. Vulnerable. Where am I going? Community roles. Didn't even get 1 marbles? Well, because you were timed out? Let's see. There we go. All right, so where are we at? There's always someone interested in me and timed out. So, oh, I need to change my shirt actually. Let me do an advert. I'll change my shirt, and then maybe we'll be about ready as well because we're already on like talking through the bracket and stuff. So I don't know how long. We have. All these games going to be PP? I don't think so. I think my big hot take for you to ponder during this ad break is: I think Fluffy Dreamers like win. I don't know if they win, but I think it's like an absolute. I think it's like a 5 mapper, like an absolute dogfight, maybe. Absolute dogfight is my prediction. See if I'm right. Cool. All right, we're Toronto'd up. Branding acquired, exactly. When it's Nightmare versus Fluffy, game after this one. Game after this one. Yeah, but to be fair, this one probably lined up to be quite a quick series. Avidity versus Toronto. Avidity looked looked pretty good earlier on. Got their big win. But Toronto, this meta, seems pretty good for them. They 3-0'd NRG. If you can 3-0 NRG, you can probably 3-0 Avidity, right? So I don't think I'm too worried if I'm... don't think I'm really too worried at all if I'm Toronto. The bet is good for him. All of this, all of that, you know. The odds are so bad. What are the predictions saying? Any believers? 99 to 1%. It's actually a 99 to 1% situation. Oh, there's surely no way out of this. Anyone an Avidity believer? Everyone should value bet. Hell nah. You can't see a way. I mean, let's see. Let's see if I can cope my way through this one. Hold on, I need to call Max as well. Where is he? But it needs to be probably a very quite extreme level of cope to deal with, to get yourself out of this one. So, it is a good meta for him. Orisa, Genji, good for tools, good for Bun. They've had a lot of success with their combos. They got that big win over Citrus Nation, but there's always a bit of a question of how much of that win over Citrus Nation was Avidity playing particularly well. And I think some of it, a good part of it, is them playing well. And how much of that is Citrus Nation not actually being that good right now? I think, unfortunately, there's also a decent amount of it, which is that too. So we'll have to wait and see if it actually translates to that at all in reality. Gotta get an immediate pause as we come in here. Seems like Nenwai's hacked, as you can see. That seems to be the problem. Hacked on rollout. You would Citrus Nation the team with a GOAT Orisa? Yeah, it's Zeb and Orisa, so in theory, most people, I mean, myself included, thought it'd be quite good for Citrus Nation. But doesn't really seem to suit the rest of their team, which is why they find themselves in this awkward... Well, I say awkward position. By awkward position, I mean they've been fucking eliminated. Which is... I guess it is an awkward position to be in. But maybe awkward feels like it's not quite... doesn't quite do it justice. Alright. Okay, unpause quickly. Nenwai still hacked up. Surely can get out of this one though, Nenwai. There we go. Will be Ilios to start with here. So, Toronto Defiant, I believe, were the ones to pick this map. No surprise to see them send it to Ilios. Will be Dive coming out from Toronto Defiant. Very difficult to deal with. Avidity don't really have, I think, a natural Winston player, or at least with tools, the tank they normally use doesn't have Winston in their map pool or in their hero pool. So, this is going to be probably one of the tougher maps for Avidity here, trying to conquer the Toronto Dive.
You want to get some counting going?
26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19,
all right, we're synced.
18.
We're synced.
Thought you're just going to let me go all the way again, all the way from fucking 25.
I was tempted, but, you know, here we are. Here we are.
All right, tall order to be asked of Avidity. They got the big upset in the previous one, and they're going to rotate pretty aggressively here. Wub's going out, gets back inside here. They baited out the jump from someone, so now Wub feels empowered to walk out and go again. Merit's actually ran into Bun here on the high ground. Merit is a little bit split, actually. Bun continues to harass him, puts him on the back foot here, but Vega and RuPaul, they've dealt with Nenwai in the meantime. Merit is very split from all of this, so Bun does get this kill, and they've just pushed. They've actually connected with a backline. 2-for-2 trade. They've taken it to him here, Avidity, but they are going to lose the mech, and that might spell the end of their push here. But I think they will get first flip while all this goes on.
First flip is nice for them, but first fight would have been nicer. Now Toronto, they just get to steamroll on into the point, get that cap back, you know, maybe 12% or something has been conceded, but not the end of the world for them whatsoever. And now their ult bank has already built up. RuPaul already has the nano boost. This is not a European Winston on dive. This is not Chase Torch on Winston. When that nano boost goes onto someone, this guy's from Korea, Xavier.
Oh.
And KR level Winstons, when they receive a nano boost, someone on the enemy team dies. So get ready for that one. Don't even need that right now, though, because Merit, KR level Ash, has taken down Bun pre-fight. Nano comes out onto someone now, and he is going deep in the backline. Like I was saying, Korean level Winstons, they're not perfect. They can drop the ball. Primal Rage comes out, and he's swinging for the fences, juggling that Brigitte off the map. Haven't seen Primals like this in Europe for some reason. He's good for 2. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Even when it looks like he's cooking it, he manages to dominate, gets out on 50 HP, comes back for some more nano charge. Actually repulsive, the difference in Winston quality. Someone putting on a clinic, Avidity, back to the spawn room they go.
Even when it feels like it starts with a fumble, they don't fumble the whole primal, they just fumble the first 2 swings, and then the rest of it's good. Unbelievable, really. Now Avidity, they have 5 ultimates coming back, which is a good thing, but lots of dangerous areas to rotate through here, where they still have to worry about nade, they have to worry about someone's timing, there's still pulse bombs to consider. They're going to get themselves on point as someone comes in for that first dive. They're going to try and rotate forward, but the nade is massive here, and Sugar Free ready to pounce. Blink melee to finish it. Pulse bomb 2 rolls out of the death here, does Wob, but on the back foot very much, and now nowhere to go. A desperation high noon. No way Wob's going to survive that one. And Avidity, they want to rotate aggressively, they want to rotate into Toronto, but they just can't get close.
So brutal for Avidity. Really, Toronto, they just keep the pressure up. No matter where you go, you're always being zapped by that Winston, peppered by that Tracer, and now they dive into the spawn. Bob marking the cross on the left. Nobody's going to be able to use that space to go for the touch. Scuffed, taken down. Sugar Free again, he's on the high ground, so aggressively set up. Nade comes out from RuPaul, doesn't land on anyone, but it's already a 5 versus 3. Vega has the rally once he gets into a spot of bother, and it's looking like Avidity, they have no chance of coming back into this round. With Merit cleaning up Nenwai with the dynamite, it's just going to be 100-11 for Toronto.
No sweat whatsoever, and this is why Toronto love to pick this map. It's why they love to go to maps in general where they can play the dive, because they're just so damn good at it. And as much as they're always dominant in the dive mirror, this version of a matchup where they're playing dive into maybe something not so divey or a bit more brawly, I feel like this is actually the strongest matchup we ever see Toronto on. Every time they run into this, they always get such big value out of the ult. They always look so clinical on it, and we're going to go to Lighthouse now, so we're going to be in for more of the same.
A classic matchup here on Lighthouse. We're going to see Merit on that Ash some more. Wait a second. No, don't play down to your enemy. Don't play the Merit Echo. Toronto, I mean, if he rolls out on the Echo, they're just having fun with it. They're just playing with their food. They recognize the skill difference between themselves and Avidity. Merit, no, he swaps back over to the Symmetra. No fun allowed, mate. Get on Ash, get on your one trick, and now we've got Toronto rolling out on a very standard comp where we've seen them put in the work many times before. Avidity, look at them. All 5 of them balled up in this mini room. That's going to be so easy for someone to zap their rotation, charge up a little bit of ult.
They're trying to take this high ground first, I think. Tools is going to put a little bit of pressure on. And Toronto, they read it. They're going to rotate to the other side here. Go into the lower side of the map here on the enemy side. And the nade is good onto Wob. Oh, it lands every time. They force them to rotate, but it changes nothing. The nade still connects. Someone still connects. And Toronto, they're also going to cap point while this is going on as well. They get someone out. They'll heal it up. They're gaining plenty of nano after this. They still have 4 players alive on the back high ground here, Avidity. But I don't know where they can go, because Toronto, they smell blood. They want to catch him here.
Rough day to be a wob head, that's all I'm going to say, Xavier, because Avidity once again caught on their rotation. Sugar Free catches Nenwai. Down they go. Another mech loss for Tools, and I mean, Toronto, not only are they in the driver's seat, they're hooning down the freeway at 120 miles an hour. There's just no hope at all for Avidity right now. They haven't found a single opening throughout this entire map, and Toronto, they just keep applying more and more pressure. Look at someone. He's jumping at the spawn door, taking the piss.
will slide back down and will be forced to jump out. So the tiniest bit of breathing space for Avidity as they're allowed out of their front door. They'll try and clear Toronto off of a high ground now. They don't quite have that orbital ray yet, and someone is going to go again with that nano. Lands directly onto Scuff. No escape. Doesn't get the final 5% of that. All over the Cassidy now, and someone keen to save that primal for the next fight as well. And Toronto, they're encroaching ever closer here with these ultimates. They're basically just holding the spawn.
Toronto, I mean, what can you say? What can you say? They're just going to keep applying this pressure nice and close. Someone he's hiding in the corner.
No.
Somehow nobody has clocked him, which means that he gets this early zap on. He splits Wob off. He actually jumps out, doesn't want to go for the primal rage there. He's a smart guy. He sees that orbital ray come up in main and decides he can just kite that one out a little bit. Pulse Bomb actually lands on Vega. Vega tried to rally that one off, but he will rally Jax. But there's still so much in the tank for Toronto Defiant. Already someone has the primal rage. Sugar Free is chasing down Bun. Rally from Nenrai. Primaled into a corner, and I mean, Avidity, they're done for, mate. It's already over. They're already dead. It's just a matter of someone finishing off that final blow. He's going to tank that Diva Bomb for a laugh. He had so much health that it wasn't even a threat to him. And now, final cleanup on the point. Toronto Defiant, no surprises here, but they're going to go up 1-0. Merit's off the map.
Well, one final touch. Go on, Tools. Has he got it in him? Bun's going to get another touch. All right, the ultimate comeback, it starts here. Can get another touch. No. Bun and Tool still on it. Maybe more players coming back. Oh, Nenwai's here as well. Almost a full team fight here. Feels like Toronto playing with their food a little bit here as Vega doesn't seem interested in shooting anybody. Sugar Free will take down Nenwai now, and there they go. They just accept their fate. Back on Bastion was Merit.
Oh, I pick 4 more maps of this, mate. Like, I'm gonna expedite the slop right now.
Get it in stat.
Nothing to discuss. Nothing to discuss.
All right, that was brutal. That was brutal. The value bet ain't worth it. Fuck. Do we need to change the dynamic here? Before we start the next pred, should we wait and see what the mode is, and then we'll do like either. If it's push, we'll do a full cap pred. If it's hybrid or escort, or I guess if it's hybrid or escort, we'll do a full hold pred. And then if it's flashpoint, we'll do a 3-0 pred. What do we do for clash? We would do just a 5-0. A 5-0 on clash. I guess that would be the same as we do on flashpoint, right? Yeah, just 5-0 or not 5-0. All right, seems reasonable to me. You got a whole 36 points. How much did you have to stake for your 36 points? Probably $250,000 or something crazy. And yeah, to be fair to Avidity, team I really like, think this is a very good meta for him, but obviously the actual meta, the Orisa stuff that we're seeing, isn't really viable on most of Ilios. Well, the 2 rounds that we got of Ilios, right? So if there is the slimmest chance of an upset, a chance to punch up, it will be on that Orisa Genji mirror here. But of course, the downside that so many of these American teams have when they run into Toronto is when they have a comp they're particularly good at, like Avidity particularly good at this Orisa Genji comp, should feel quite comfortable and happy to play that comp. But Toronto are just better at all the comps in North America so often. It's been the tale of the entire year. 0.1 KD. I mean, what was it? It was, they traded a lot in the first fight on Well, and then Bun got that pulse bomb kill. And I think that was it. You got 45 and put down a K? Brilliant. You respect Jules for wearing the same pants for every cast? I'll be honest, not normally looking at his pants. Good spot though. Keep us updated with the pants theory. Who did Avidity beat yesterday? They beat Citrus Nation. Do I wear the same pants for every stream? Well, no, but if you were to ask me, I normally wear tracksuit, or not tracksuit, like joggers, the most comfortable. But if you were to ask me what joggers I have in my wardrobe, I have one Toronto Defiant pair of joggers, And then I have three identical pairs of Cloud9 joggers. So you can't tell, but I promise you I do trade them. Nice promotion. Put the Toronto joggers on now. I think they're drying at the moment. I'd rather not wear wet joggers if it's all the same with you. Bro has a poor case. It's true. It's true. I mean, it's actually an unbelievable perk of a job to have an entire free wardrobe. I mean, you cannot complain. And it's all, most of it, especially all the it's all good quality stuff as well, right? Like, comfortable, lasts. Fuck. This is the life. Anyone paying for their own clothes? Shocking. Unless, of course, you're paying for Toronto Defiant merch. In which case, top investment. Alright, Clash, quick pred. Fuck, we're just straight into it. Mods, quick 5-0 pred. Quick. Alright, get your bets in quick. So, 5-0. Obviously for either team. Right? Obviously for either team. But in theory, at least, this is the comp that Avidity want to play. They get to play the Orisa, they get to play the Genji, get to play the Cass. This is the comp they've had all the success on. But obviously Toronto didn't look too bad on this comp. It didn't look too bad on this comp yesterday at all, really, did they? So, will be a full mirror matchup as we go into this first fight. We'll be meeting on the middle here in Hanoka. But Stream? What's happening? Stream? Max? Stream? Okay, we're back. We might have lost our sync. What was that about? All right. As we fade back into the game here, we're going to see on the high ground is Avidity right now. And a lot of damage here. And actually, Wob with the opening pick. A classic Wob gap on the Cass. Merit in the bin. Will get traded back onto Bun. Tools and someone both very low. Both Orissa's desperately trying to hold on to their lives here as they back out. Wob looking for more though. Vega's going to try and shut him down. But no. Torpedoes are good for Scuffed. And a strong start. They've already got half a cap here, Avidity. Toronto on the back foot. Out at the choke. They're going to try and rotate to the high ground. But Tools doesn't want to give him any space to breathe. The supports are trying to get Toronto out here. They're pushing forward. High Noon is so aggressive from Wob. Will get booped back off onto the low ground, but they get the point. Avidity winning the first fight here and first point on Clash, and they'll clean up all the kills as a result. And this is the comp they've been best at so far in this tournament, and they take the first one off Toronto.
Are you kidding me, dude? I go AFK for 1 second, then I come back to find that Avidity have won the first point on Clash in a mirror with Toronto Defiant. Get out of here. I need a name. Who did it? Is it Tools? He's already got his fucking ultimate, so I feel like it's got to have been Tools that did it. Oh, piss off. It was Wob.
It was
Rally
Wob.
comes out from either side. Rally jacks from Nenwai. Wob heads rise up. Even if I'm not one of them, I'll call you to the stage. Because Wob, you know, he got his 1 point, singular, fight win, singular, and that's more than you can ask for, you know, for Avidity versus Toronto Defiant. Toronto, though, they're not going to just sit back and, you know, let Avidity keep on pressing. They'll just win this next fight with ease, roll back into it, and they're going to back in the driver's seat.
Only cost them a rally here, Toronto, so they might stay in that driver's seat for a few fights more here as we go to fight over mid one more time. Holding top left is Sugar Free, blade in hand, ready to pounce. Avidity, they don't have quite their combos yet, but they're going to start it with Orbital Ray. Terror Surge back, Orbital Ray, blade is going to be used here. Sugar Free looking for that connect, trying to slice and dice over, but a layered Terror Surge from Tools punishes Sugar Free, but it's the only punish they get here. Clean sweep for Toronto in the end. We'll be capping
Oh my
mid.
god, how do we sync up on time? Can you tell me when it caps?
All right, capping in 3, 2, 1, capped. Oh wait, 23, okay. 22, 21.
Yeah, we're synced. We got it on the cap. We got it on the cap.
Oh, I didn't even need the numbers.
System, yeah, that was a backup system. The numbers were a backup system.
Numbers.
It's okay. We've got everything figured out, dude. We've got to be top 3 co-streamers out there. Top 3, for sure. You know, I can think of some other names, but, you know, they're on the featured broadcast list. Anyway, Rad X Avidity now. They have an ultimate lead. Double DPS hold in the back pocket. Bun, so much riding on her blade right now. High Noon's mirrored on either side. A boop onto Merit, but no cancel on that High Noon Wob. He's scared to even peek with his High Noon, but now it's Bun that has the blade. The all-important important blade. Radix Avidity, they've filled up that cap circle. So now it's time for Toronto to push in. Torpedoes deflected by Bun. She's chasing Sugarfree. Will she confirm the kill? She will. But in the interim, Nenwai's gone down. Merit trades Bun after her blade ends. And it's looking like even though there was a slight ult advantage for Avidity, it's not enough for them to close out the fight. I think coffee's boiling.
Toronto, they're trying to play split. No, they're pushing into an ult disadvantaged situation. So they all play in different directions, make it really hard for Bun to isolate and chain together kills. Does chase down Sugarfree, does convert that kill, but it's not enough. So now Toronto 3-1 up, pushing onto the last point here. Chance to even close it out. They've got both support ults ready to go alongside this Terror Surge. Avidity, they nearly have the same 3 ults, but not quite yet. So they need to buy themselves a little bit of time here, Avidity, before committing. Toronto, though, they can be patient. Points not unlocked, and Bun's going to get caught before the fight. This is the opening Toronto one. Orbital Ray will be mirrored here. Rallies will both come through. Later bash from RuPaul as the Terror Surge from someone comes out, and they're trying to burn through Nenwai. Burn through Nenwai, they will. And now someone looking to hunt down this Cass. Wob wanted to make a flank. He wanted to make a play, but he runs into an Orisa with all their cooldowns. Will get shut down. No trades, most importantly, for the Toronto Defiant. High Noon spinning out of control from Merit as they go for the second tick here. They will get fast spawns, but I don't know if they can even touch in a meaningful way. The answer is no. A good start for Avidity, but Toronto, every time you rustle them, every time you try and push back a little bit, take a round, take a fight here, just seems to be an overwhelming response and an overwhelming shutdown.
Good lord, remind me never to go to the bathroom and make a cup of coffee when a Clash map is coming up, because I missed half of the map.
You've actually also not seen Avidity win a fight yet.
I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna rewind it for the viewers.
Check it out.
Yeah, no, I want to see it. I'll just rewind it for the viewers, everyone. Buckle up. Buckle up. We're gonna watch Wob win a map. You know what? Wait, I can do it through the clean feed. Wait, the clean feed was black at the start too.
Oh, it was weird for because it was black for me.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I thought
the
it was
clean
just
feed's black.
I thought it
I
was
thought I was
just
scrubbing
like
through my own VOD. I thought I was an idiot, but no, the clean feed was just off.
No, I thought it was me. I thought it was just me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my browser just fucked up for a second. But then I was like, yeah.
No, it's not you, it's them. Anyway, I'll just cast this for my stream, for the first fight, with all the hype of not knowing what comes next.
What could happen? All the possibilities.
And then we'll get back into the slot. I'll see you.
See you there. There was a moment, right? There was a moment where you maybe thought Avidity would do the impossible, but then you were very, very quickly and very sternly reminded it is indeed impossible. And Toronto on top. All right, 0.1 KD up to 0.4 is progress. It's progress. I don't know if we're at the point of progress where we're maybe taking maps, but it's progress. All right, so we'll keep on the full cap, full hold type of trend here in terms of the push. Or depending on what game mode we have, just because just feel like it's going to be a bit one-sided. I mean, I can respect the Clash push, right? I think there is a bit of I don't know what you call it, a bit of a theory going around that in general, Clash maybe just like is a bit more of a volatile map, can sometimes favour the underdogs in some situations. I don't know if that's really actually translated through to true from many of the games we've seen. But it's new. It's a bit different. Maybe it can cause a little bit of chaos. Maybe some teams just don't play it all that much. So maybe there's some merit to it. I mean, to be fair, feels a little bit what would you call it? A little bit unfair to to overanalyze or criticize the map pick here, right? Because if a counter argument is Clash wasn't the right pick, then what the hell was the right pick against Toronto? Avidity to pick again. If I'm them, what am I doing? I'm not going fucking Gibraltar. And a push can end that quickly as well. Like you can get like a 4-minute push too. What do I pick? So you definitely don't want to go Gibraltar. Maybe Runasapi? I don't know. You just want to take the Orisa Mirror, right? Maybe even Midtown or something. Just a Midtown or a... It's a Runasapi. Yeah, somewhere you just sort of guaranteed to get the mirror. I mean, remember for Avidity, this is the upper bracket semi-final, so Avidity have another life in them, you know? And we will see Avidity playing again today, right? If I'm not mistaken. I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Alright, full push, Pred. Full push, Pred. Have you got it, mods? Have you got it in you? Do I need to have it in me? It takes them a bit longer if it's a different one. 30 seconds on the clock. Maybe I can do it. Oh, wait, you got it? Beautiful. Nicely done. I realized when I was asking you that if you were busy typing out the pred, you wouldn't be able to respond to me to saying, yes, I am typing the pred, because you are busy actually doing the thing. So I'll let you have it. All right. So get the preds in if you want them. Not a lot of time. Back on
speaking of time.
52, 51, 50, 49, 48.
Synced up. Nice.
Lovely. Same mirror again. This has been the best comp for Avidity, but the problem is, and this is a problem North American teams have had all throughout the year, but your best comp, probably also a comp Toronto Defiant are pretty good at as well. And pinned back early on is Avidity into the choke. Now, just trying to make their way through, but it's Merit this time who finds the opening pick. And now big dash through from Sugar Free, pins them all back. Wub kiting a slightly different way. No escape for Wub, and they will get all of the kills here, Toronto.
God, it's like they just do more damage in the neutral. The second Toronto clash with Avidity in that main choke, they are just pressing onwards and onwards. You can see Avidity losing space, losing health, losing position by the second. And then Sugar Free just gets to dash through everybody. So much damage, so much ult charge going their way. And Avidity, I mean, they may have caught up on support ult charge because they're healing through a bunch of that damage. But on every other role, they're so far behind. DPS, big gap on the ult charge, and we're fighting for the checkpoint already, Xavier.
Trying to make their way around the corner here for that checkpoint are the Toronto Defiant. Probably just going to wait until they have their first ult before they really committing. Vega's going to have that orbital ray coming up very soon here. You can see Scuffed close, has it to mirror now, and it will be... Oh, wait, Vega's going to go down. It's a Wub gap. Orbital ray coming back through. Torpedoes land, and all of a sudden, Vega was actually a little bit slow on the ult charge there, and Avidity, they just pull the trigger immediately there to give a successful for 2% advantage.
Sleepy Vega Biden taken down early, no ult in the pocket, and instead Avidity, they find their footing, they make their way back into this one, the ults are swinging back towards them, they can actually sustain through this next fight now, they don't have this big deficit, and you know, they're getting meters on the board at the same time. Bun with a very early deflect there for the flail, and nobody from Avidity actually touching the cart. Looks like they just want to take the 50-50 here in the middle, but they shouldn't give up this space for free. Mirrored High Noons in the choke, nobody really peaking right now. Merit actually cancels his high noon. Looks like Wub's done the same, but look at Wub. Wub heads rise up because Wub is taking a risky flank right now. Looking for the angle. No conversion though.
Blade now over the top with that Ray. Sugar Free looking for it. Slices through Bun. Slices through another Virali. Keeping Nenwai alive, but only for a few slashes more. The combo lands from Toronto Defiant. Virali, a good ult to sustain with, but really not in comparison. But Toronto, 3 ultimates for that one.
Bit expensive for Toronto, but now they're fighting once again for the checkpoint. Avidity, they're going to have to scramble in for the touch. The card is moving really quickly right now. They are up on the high ground. Sugar Free getting his poke in, getting his tags in. Avidity, they've got to get ready to come and touch the cart, but Tools looks a little bit distracted right now. Fighting someone off to the side, now has to rush in, and God, that was so close to conceding the checkpoint. Had to spin out in the open. Someone was actually hidden away in the side. Oh, geez, Terror Surge up in main from Tools. Doesn't catch anybody. Someone matching that energy. A Terror Surge on the fortified Orisa, but in this chaos, Avidity, they may have gotten a pick, but they've conceded the checkpoint. They C9 that one.
Disappointing for Avidity. They fought so hard for it as well, invested their 2 big ults for combo here as well, but don't get it. They still have ult advantage though, as they have no orbital ray to come out. Merit nearly has a high noon. Might be best just to save this high noon, just to use it to stop them getting too much value out of the ray. We'll drop it now, but the ray's coming around. They want to cancel it. They're trying to body block for Merit, and they do. Scuffed goes down. The body block is good, but the orbital ray, it's still coming. You can't block that, and Bun's going to finish 2 kills, and now all of a sudden the ray just too powerful. Even without their Juno. Just need to be careful not to trade here, because Sugarfree's looking for it. He gets 1. And they will get cart progress here, but need to wait for 2 of their players to come back.
I feel like this isn't a bad situation at all for Avidity. No, I thought that it was just going to go Toronto's way when I saw that high noon, but it looks like they're going to maybe get the checkpoint here. This lead is right on the checkpoint marker, so there we go. Avidity actually taking, well, no, sorry,
draw.
It's not taking
we're
lead,
level.
but you know they tie it up. They're happy with that, and they're fairly even on ults. Tools has the Terror Surge in 20%. That will help match Sugarfree's blade. Got to be careful if Toronto fight really fast right now with that blade. They go for a rally blade, a ray blade, something like that. Avidity may not be able to sustain through it. Lenny dashes all the way into that rally though, gets bashed in main, pulls the blade afterwards. I think he's inside the ray, and he's actually going to take down Wob, Scuffed, and NY. Can we get some more in Lenny in the kill feed? I'm not too sure, but fast fight for Toronto, and they leverage that advantage. They get in there before Tools can have that Terror Surge online, and they just close it out.
Lands the combo, and it's one of those ones where you talk about in this meta, we've seen it so much. You start to nail those combos, you've always got a great chance to win. Toronto going to take the lead off the back of that, going to set themselves up on high ground. You can see someone, he's lurking, looking for an opportunity. We'll get forced off now, and it's actually going to be RuPaul continuing to push in, trying to go forward, takes care of Bun. Now walking forward, Sugarfree's going to take care of the split, Scuffed, and they just roll him over, catch him with an early rally here. And 2 fights in a row, Avidity not going to get a chance to respond.
It looked so good for Avidity. It looked like there could be a very real chance of them getting back into it, but Toronto, now they're just stealing it away, pushing Avidity all the way back to their spawn, and at no point am I looking at Avidity's ult situation and thinking, geez, they're just going to win this fight free of charge. Merit pushing so deep with the high noon. No kills off it, but the cart just keeps on rolling. Avidity are still in spawn, Xavier. The Terror Surge onto Tools, onto Wob, counter spear onto someone. He may actually go down here. Blade from Bun. She goes for the conversion on someone, but that costs her a reset. It seems that she's good for 1 at least. Takes down Bun, takes down RuPaul, takes down Sugarfree. So at least Avidity are back into it. At least they haven't been full pushed, but good God, 130 meters on the board now for Toronto. It ain't looking good.
Long way back now, but you got to give Avidity some credit for how patient they were there. Had 3 ults coming back, lots of meters being put on the board, but they don't rush and commit a big combo there. They just invest for Blade, they get that conversion, and that means Orbital Ray, Terror Surge coming back up. They have to take a fight up this slope now, but they've got the ult with which to do it. On the other side, Toronto only have the Blade here, and we've seen Blade struggle a lot of the time into these more powerful ults here. So if I'm Avidity, I'm looking for a way to go. I'm looking a way to use my advantage right now.
Tools coming in with that early Terror Surge, and that is the advantage being leveraged. Merit down early on. Someone soon to follow. Unless he can magically keep himself alive with the spin, seems not. Vega with a crucial trade onto Wob, though. That is going to slow the momentum of Avidity significantly. And a nice little bit of stall on the cart at the end there. That's going to mean that there's absolutely no way for the checkpoint to be turned on. Wob is back spawned. Avidity, they're going to have to play slow once they start getting meters past checkpoint.
They still have a lot of ults in the bank, at least Avidity. So once they pick up Wob, they have this rally, they have this orbital ray, chance to commit him. They even have a high noon if they want to use it. Toronto, on the other hand, they have both no support ults coming up soon, if not already. Sugarfree has the blade though, and that could push them over the edge. For now, though, Avidity, they want to try and just disengage with this high noon, but the deflect onto the high noon. Sugarfree with a shutdown, but the blade now from Sugarfree, big problems, and they can't deal with that combo. Having that blade to combo with just puts them over the edge there, and I mean, it started bad, it's going to finish bad, and Toronto will get the reset here once they finish up the Orisa.
Oh, at least there were some close spawns for Avidity, but I don't think Tools is going to be on that fast... Oh no, Tools is on that fast respawn wave with Bun, so everyone will get the close spawn for the side of Avidity, but every time Lenny pulls the blade, he's hacking and slashing through the dreams of Avidity. They're already down 0-2. They need so much more than this. Aggro push from RuPaul now, bashing all over the place. Reset bash with the ult. Terror Surge actually comes out from someone, but it's Bun with the blade. Manages to catch RuPaul and Sugarfree. Unbelievable Single blade from her. Deflect on the spear at the end there. Insane Genji play, but in the chaos, Toronto, they've stolen it away. They've turned on the close spawns. They've stolen the cart. This is brutal. As much as I want to sing the praises to Avidity, to Bun in particular for that blade, insane deflect, no trades, they lost control of the cart, and you can't let that slip, because this fight win, it's worthless.
Yeah, you can see that exactly. Look, we're taking a fight in basically the same place. Avidity just won the fight here. And now, not quite as many ultimates to do it with, but still ult advantage for Avidity. Terra Surge fair, both support ults around the corner. They have to make their way around this corner first, but a chance to convert this advantage again. They were good for it last time, but they lost the payload. Need to be careful not to let the same happen here. For now, though, Merit just holding this big, long, wide angle, but Avidity, they can't seem to find a way to start in this fight. Now they're coming around the corner. Push back. Terra Surge onto the Genji, onto the Orisa. Pressure onto Sugar Free. He is low. Someone's taking damage, but this High Noon is pushing them all back. Need to duck behind. Get behind cover just in time. And now the Orbital Ray push. They're diving forward. Scuffed Wub. They've got the kills. They're powering forward. Need to not trade at this point. And it looks like good for no trade. 20 seconds left on the clock, Max. But they still have Rally to keep going with Avidity.
Oh, first clean fight win we've seen from Avidity all map long, and not a second too soon. As we approach overtime, this could be a situation where it's essentially one fight to end it all. If Avidity get a clean wipe here, it's definitely reasonable that they could actually win the point then and there. Wob comes in with the Noon, doesn't get anything for it, and Nenwai is answered back with the Rally, but look at this Ray Blade push. It's Sugar Free City yet again. Just too many ultimates for Toronto to retake there. The high tempo Ray Blade and Avidity. That's the end of days. Down to the lower bracket they go. We'll be seeing them later today when they play versus TSM. But, I mean, do we call it a weak showing versus Toronto? Or do we just call it the expected result?
I feel like in many ways, actually, that Runa Sapi, I'm looking at it and going, oh, this type of mirror, bit of punch back here, bit of fight, you know? Like, actually, maybe there's something to it. Like, because Ilios is whatever, right? Like, what are you going to do playing Toronto on that map? But the actual mirror... The comp you're successful, or you've had your success in, you actually, you forced out Runa Sapi. Could have won it in the end there, right? Like, I think Wub, probably the correct idea to try and make a play with that High Noon because of the ult situation. But, and Toronto, that Ray Blade combo just works every single time, right? And it works at the end there to seal it. So, I don't know. I think Avidity's still the underdogs going into TSM, but I can see a map here. Maybe I can see, you know, if they take a map, starts to get a little bit shaky for TSM, the pressure creeps in, who knows?
Who knows? The only thing that I know at this point is that, you know, we're loading into a Nightmare game, which means, you know, naturally I may,
I'm like low-key mad
I'm
because
a,
I made fun of her
Toronto
for being
comms?
Hufflepuff. We're talking about Harry Potter.
What?
You know, like Hufflepuffs?
Yeah.
I made fun of her for being a Hufflepuff.
That's embarrassing, bro, if you're Hufflepuff.
I know, so that's what I said.
Is that
I
RuPaul?
was a Slytherin.
You would be a Slytherin. No, both of you are Slytherins.
Of course.
What are you, Lenny?
Of course, Vega is a
I'm,
Slytherin, dude, little
No,
sneaky bastard.
You're the most Slytherin
You lied on the chest for fun.
Wait, are you stupid? Are you guys ready to go? I'm about to go. Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
okay.
Oh my god, these are the top tier comms in Overwatch. That was a good concept. Actually, a high quality concept. Are you stupid? You guys ready to go? Boom, boom, boom. Fucking just walk over them.
I mean, did they win that first fight or did they win that first fight? So.
Yeah, no, it's a disgusting team. They're trying way too hard in their matches. Anyway, I've got to excite myself for the Nightmare versus Fluffy Aimers or Fluffy Dreamland, whatever they're called, game to follow, because this is the game that will punch Nightmare's ticket to Stockholm, and you know how we feel about Nightmare.
Is that it? If they win this one, it's sealed?
I think if they win this one, it's 100% locked because they will get the circuit points. That means that it's impossible.
It's like fourth is the minimum they can finish, right? If they get upper bracket. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get up. No, I think third is the minimum they can finish if they win this game. No?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, third. Yeah.
Yeah, if they win this, then the absolute worst placement they can get is third. And given, if they finish third, it means, you know, unless Toronto bombs out or something, and like two teams, you know, like Citrus came first and fucking NRG Shock came second. Maybe that would that even upset the ranking? I think if Citrus did that and Energy Shock came second, then it would be done, right? But like,
yeah, it's really hard because Citrus they're eliminated already. Yeah.
Oh well, that actually does sound like they're locked then, because I think. Yeah,
it's only TSM who are like the only viable candidate left, I think, in theory, who could overtake Nightmare.
But TSM will wind up in the lower bracket, and then one of TSM or NRG must go home as a result because they're both in lowers. So then it's actually, if they win this game,
I see what you mean.
they're actually, but they're booking their flights, they're booking their hotels, you know. So yeah, big game for Nightmare coming up. Big pressure. If TSM make a miracle, says Black. Yeah, if TSM pulled a miracle, but wouldn't that eliminate NRG in turn?
Because NRG are ahead on circuit points anyway, right? So I think NRG would still be safe, but it might still cost Nightmare, right?
Right.
But maybe not because Nightmare would get more points. I don't know.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, sorry, the people are calling for stop.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Okay.
Oh, holding, no, I'm holding.
Hold on, Toby says, let's see, because Toby sent me the things. Hold on. Admin chat, what are you saying, Toby? So from a Nightmare perspective, if they get second, they're safe. If they finish third, TSM have to place below Nightmare. Okay. If they finish fourth, TSM have to place third or lower.
Okay, so they're basically already locked because
okay, wait, it's
TSM
probably
would have to place second.
It's easier from a TSM perspective, which is they'd have to place second, essentially. And for them to finish, if TSM finish third, Nightmare would have to finish fifth or sixth, which they can't do if they win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it would be like TSM would have to finish second. And the
In
finals
order
have
for TSM
to
to finish
NRG or
second,
Toronto.
that means in order for TSM to finish second, that means that they would have to have beat NRG in lowers and then beaten TSM in lowers again, even though Nightmare just beat TSM. So
yeah,
you know, we're talking 99% locked at this point.
Yeah. All right.
TSM
what could go wrong, huh?
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Ooh, what could go wrong?
I know.
What if TSM pull a generational run?
Well, to be fair, I don't think TSM get through, but I feel like this game is like the most upset likely one we see today.
Yeah, I'd agree. Because Fluffy Dreamland have been like overperforming on repeat.
On this type of meta, right? And it's like it's a pressure game for Nightmare, whereas Fluffy Aimers, it's just like have a crack type game.
Lucas says TSM known for their performance in critical matches. True.
Yeah, hopefully there won't be too much pressure on those must-win games for TSM, or they might find themselves in a pickle.
Yeah. All right, slop ads. Let's get back to the regularly scheduled programming, guys.
I'll see you on the other side.
See you, mate.
So yeah, I don't know. I think this game will be exciting, even though I don't know if it really fucks up, you know. I don't know if it really fucks up, like, say, qualification for Stockholm. Any banger games today? No. Like, okay games, right? We've seen maps traded, seen close maps, but nothing really to put in the annals of time. Did you see the thing I sent out for Big Long Message? I actually haven't read your message yet either, Alpha. Because I slept in late, because I was up late doing this. Oh, about the backgrounds? No. I'll respond to it properly after the weekend when I have more time. I was meaning to read it, but then I was clean. I went shopping, then I cleaned the house, you know. I was a busy bee, as they say. So I've not read the thing yet. But I've not watched the clips, but I read like the text. So I'm trying to do more of it. But alright, this one, I feel like we've had a pretty midday. Like, the games have been okay. Every game has been okay. But this one, if there's going to be a banger, I think this one is the banger. Let's turn this down a touch. You believe so hard in Fluffy? Here's hoping, huh? Here's hoping. Please be a banger. I called off work. I even rented an Airbnb so I wouldn't be distracted by my wife and her boyfriend. Get some Bluey on. Fuck. They should make a rule where you can't use jade weapons in OWCS if they don't go with the skin. Finally, somebody brave enough to say it. Finally. Why have I been atted? Surely it's not a good message. It's from Juby. It's yeah. That's why Juby says it's me. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. Oh, yeah. The first one's for scariest. Juby. But if you get past that one, you'll be okay. Bow, 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 bow. Has anyone ever watched this show? What's the vibe? Is this like a cool partnership? Like, I feel like some of the partnerships have been pretty big name, you know? Like Transformers and stuff. Where does this rank in the in the Transformers type team up? The show's ass, but it's huge. Okay, so it's popular, but not necessarily good. Is the vibe? Milk the wheat for all their money. It's really good. Don't listen to the haters. It will sell well. Okay. I mean, if it's popular, like if it's not particularly good or not for us, I say for us. But you know, it's all right. You know, it's if it's popular, it means it's in theory good for the game. It brings players in, and it as such should be a net positive, even if it's not necessarily something it's super excited about. Transformers was the best. Yeah, the skins were really cool for the Transformers ones as well. It's not for us fellow kids. Good shout, Ayua. Good shout. When will they release skins for us? For us, the youthful demographic. Super mixed popularity, majorly hated but also popular. Coronation Street collab when need some kind of EastEnders hookup, or some kind of I'm gonna lose for foreigners with this one, but some kind of Phil Mitchell. What would it be? Phil Mitchell Soldier 76 skin. Mercy is Gale Platt. My friend. My friend has a... I don't know if I can find a picture of it on this notice, but my friend has like a big jumper and it's just Gale Platt on the jumper. And he wears it if we ever go out, like on a trip away or something, he'll just fucking wear it. Like, we'll just wear it in the club. Gets so much love as well for his like Gale Platt fucking jumper as well in the club. Unbelievable value. You can tell. I feel like we're all at least within like a generation, because we're all saying the same like famous EastEnders characters as well. Because I don't know. I mean, maybe actually, you know what the EastEnders fucking collab should be? It should be a map. It should be a King's Row reskin where it's just for Street from EastEnders. That's how we'd really get the money. Some kind of reskin. The Albert Square, exactly. That's it. Yes, the Albert Square, King's Row. For Queen Vic is the second point. Now we're talking. Somebody get Blizzard on the line for me right now. I've got a multi-million-pound idea. It can do the drum beats as you get the point. Fuck. There's actually so much legs in this. I was forced to watch some EastEnders when I lived in Scotland, and I still have no clue what it's about or of any of the storylines except one. EastEnders was the only one I used to watch as a kid because my parents watched it. I think my grandma used to watch like Corrie as well. My grandma was like proper into it. But the thing is, like, it's basically just like you're just watching like gossip. Like, this could happen in any town. You're just watching like I know we call them like normal people with slightly crazy storylines. It's seasonal depression in a streamable format. You got a quiz game for it? Fuck. I mean, they always do like a Monopoly version, right? I mean, I feel like when I used to watch EastEnders, the storylines were actually like, they were kind of wild, but they weren't like outside the realms of possibility, you know? There was lots of maybe affairs and all this stuff. But not like crazy things. And then they'd like 2 or 3 times a year, there would be like a big murder or something, which is when we start maybe breaching into the unlikely territory. Gavin and Stacey? I didn't watch. I mean, I watched it, but I wasn't that into it.
Fuck,
Hello.
dude, how old are you? My mum used to tell me to watch Gavin and Stacey, bro. Like, and she's in her 60s.
We were talking about maybe some kind of potential EastEnders times Overwatch collab.
I see.
But I think it's got legs. I think it's got legs. So I'm halfway through typing up the email to Blizzard. So we'll get it over the line.
Get typing. All right, classic comp coming out from Nightmare here. It's the meta comp with a twist, you know, the Pharah for either side. It's actually a full-blown mirror, but Chime already taken very, very low. Has to hide, has to rest a little bit. Infected on that center pillar, taking an absolute beating, though. Has to commit the spin. It looks like there's actually going to be first pick going the way of Nightmare, though. Seeker has swung super wide, ripped off Haven's head. Need to be careful of Chime over on the edge. But Nightmare, complete control. They've got Dreamland choked out, and they're off the point.
Capturing that objective now, and they want to try and push this while they have the 5v4 advantage, but difficult to clear this Pharah from this coast side, so Nightmare might be forced to play a little bit slow. Fluffy Dreamland, they able to keep their space, and now they can swing back at full strength. Chime, looking for any of this early damage in, but it's Varay's actually coming up first, and CJ slightly ahead on his own one.
Quicker Ray from CJ means if they want, Nightmare can aggress, and I feel like the chance was there, but Seeker taken off by that conk. Nightmare, they're not done yet. They push back in with CJ's Orbital Ray, but now Renko has one to match. Haven is in a world of pain, but he survives. Admiral, he's actually managed to take him down, but not before the barrage comes out from Chime and takes 2. Nightmare, they're down a player right now, but Seeker is coming back and fast. Chance he could roll over the gap to get back into the fight quicker. Zira still has the barrage as well, but with Grapes hitting the flail on CJ, it's looking like Dreamland are going to take this one.
The boop at the start, absolutely crucial in taking this one, and now they have control of the point. They've actually still got the Terror Surge for Rally, the High Noon in which to try and hold it here. Nightmare slightly more in the bank. Admiral's Rally does actually seem to be a little bit slow, but they will be able to get in this once they get into the White Room, and it looks like they want to try and play to force through point here, so Nightmare might just be a High Noon to start, try and create some space, but Haven looking for an early flank kick. Hatches Zira set up beautifully, but actually Farah's traded 4v4. Will Nightmare keep committing at this point?
think they definitely will. Seeker pops that high noon, goes deep, but this is going to be a big one. Lots of damage out onto Astro, but Haven with an even better high noon to answer back. Down goes Seeker. There's still the rally in the back for Admiral. Admiral hits the bash, but Zero with the barrage. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Chime has taken low, but will not be killed. Admiral bashes Grapes, but he survives on just a tiny little sliver. And look at this Nightmare. They're in control of the point, but they haven't got the cap just yet. CJ comes out with the orbital ray. Renko's is still 10% off. Nightmare, they're going to use this ray to cap, but Dreamland, they're going to be back in force and soon. 4 of them just around this corner. Chime coming in from the coast. Get ready. Here comes the ray. Renko flying over. Nobody to shoot just yet, but Infected. Down he goes in main. Globaled inside that orbital ray. And Nightmare, I mean, they're going to be playing a stall game here. They cannot close this fight out. Fluffy Dreamland answering back, getting this point control. Really strong start for them. Another barrage online for Chime. Huge damage disc over Zero.
Really great start for Chime, and now with a chance to use this barrage on the next rotation. I think if I'm Fluffy Dreamland phone, there's no need to use it too aggressively. You can wait until Nightmare are forced to take point here. Can be quite tricky to get barrage value when the other team has all their cooldowns. So for now, Fluffy Aimers just going to keep poking them down, trying to bleed out these resources as they try and come point. Nightmare, on the other hand, trying to take this Faragel. Actually, Zero fancies his chances, but Chime will back up to the Mega, keeps himself at a good distance. The rest of Nightmare now trying to move on to point. No ults just yet. Zero close to his own barrage. CJ coming up to that orbital ray, but Fluffy Aimers, they've got everything to answer back with, if not more. And for now, it's all on Zero, I think, to maybe try and find an opening. But it's actually Chime who goes first, just onto Infected here, but Infected gets out of that one. Orbital ray in response now, and the barrage. This one takes down Astro. No ults used in response there. Off the map goes Haven, and it's looking good. Zero responding big there, and Fluffy Aimers will concede for point. One more fight to decide it all.
Oh, it was close for Nightmare. They were really playing with fire, but getting that orbital ray push with the barrage, they get it done. Now, Fluffy Dreamland, they've got double support ultimate. Nightmare currently no support ultimate. Soon they'll have Admiral's rally. So this final fight, it's really difficult for them. They might need to kite off the point when Renko throws in that orbital ray. So much riding on that, but that's Fluffy Dreamland's edge right now. Seeker pops the high noon early, and it looks like they're going to go for the aggressive approach. Seeker, he takes down Haven, Infected with his own Terror Surge, goes so deep and catches Renko, but it's not over. Astro gets a crucial pick onto Admiral right before he builds up that rally. They're trying to chase him out on the coast. They will succeed. So now, with only the Farah and Brigitte left alive for Fluffy Dreamland, make that just the Farah. Nightmare, they are going to clinch this one, but it wasn't easy, Xavier.
No, they have to cap themselves maybe a little bit lucky there that High Noon was able to get so much value out of Seeker, because in reality, Fluffy Aimers an overwhelming ult advantage in that final fight, but just not enough. They give the High Noon too much value. They just try and pull the trigger, go all in too quickly, and Nightmare, they come out on top, but feels like this series got a bit of series has a few legs in it.
This series has legs, you know. I was saying earlier that Nightmare, there's so much pressure for them. This is the game that, you know, essentially qualifies them to Stockholm. And Fluffy Dreamland, they're coming from a position where expectations are low. They've just upset a team above them, but ultimately they are the underdogs. So really, all the pressure is on Nightmare to perform here. And for Fluffy, oh, Seeker, good God, that's an unforced error from him. Oh, Haven, that's I don't know how forced or unforced that was, but either way, a lot of pressure on Nightmare right now. Just waiting for Zera's girlfriend to pop up in the chat and start giving their support. Well, not entirely sure where Glockin My Rari XD is today, because, you know, yesterday they were really singing praises for Zera, but today, completely quiet. They need you right now, supporting them in a Twitch chat. Where are you?
Widow coming out from Seeker now on this first fight here. Been a while since we've seen too much Widow consistently on Night Market, but Seeker's going to try and find the angle here. Haven's actually back in spawn, swapping onto the Cass while all of this happens. So it's just going to be a slow Farah fight with the Briggs here, trying to force point. Actually, Nightmare have got more of their team over there now, so we're just going to play from a backup point here. I don't know where Seeker is in all of this. Does he have a back of a point as well?
Astro's pushed really deep. This spin into the backline, it's really committal. So now with no cooldowns left online, I feel as if Nightmare surely should be able to close out the kill on Astro. Seeker, no idea where he is. In main, bro thinks he's Carpe, hooking up into main, hits the Pharaoh. Will he finish the kill? Bro is Carpe,
He is, yeah.
So yeah, no, easy one for Nightmare. They come out with, you know, a little bit of an alternative composition, playing the Widow on Night Market, but they get it done.
Works out really nicely. It looked like it was a bait play, essentially. Seeker would hide all the way the mega side of the map, while the rest of his team hold coast, and just try and set up, force Fluffy Aimers to come into that trap in the middle. So now they will be forced to retake here, trying to make their way through the mega again, try and make sure they get the Widow out of position this time right now, and then they can try and take more of a direct fight with all of Nightmare on the back of the map. And you can see Chime making sure to check everywhere, making sure that Widow is with his team behind the point. Fine, Seeker. Seeker's in big trouble now, surely. There we go.
Poor little Seeker, hunted pre-fight, needed to read Shu's playbook on playing that high ground, where you get all the way back into spawn the second the enemy looks at you. Now Nightmare, they're fighting a 4 versus 5 on the point, but that's not going to stop them committing ultimates. Orbital raised out from CJ, and Zera, he has that barrage. Got to be so careful of that if you're Fluffy Dreamland. Spin invested, and there it is. The swing back with the barrage. Infected comboing the Terror Surge. Seeker actually came back on the Cassidy and found the first pick onto Renko. So really, Fluffy Dreamland, they held all the cards, but they managed to flop despite that.
Fluffy Dreamland, they didn't quite have the ults to match in time, but it does mean they have this big ult bank coming back. Only the rally from Admiral, but into a rally of their own here, into the Terror Surge. Difficult job for Admiral. Has to be a slow fight, I think, for Nightmare. You see Seeker, maybe actually choosing to hide and play fast. Flashbang available. Do they have any eyes, Fluffy Aimers? They're going to find out now. Right click forces the rally, but now the Terror Surge and Seeker trapped in there a little bit, but they push through. The rally from Admiral keeps everyone from Nightmare up, but Fluffy Dreamland, they're still coming. Huge bash comes out from Admiral, but no kills. Still on the back foot here, and Nightmare, they've held their ground, and they're nearly at the raid timing here. They're still pushing forward. They're still trying to find it, but look, here comes Infected, spots the opportunity. They run them over there, and good play from Seeker to force that early rally, sets them up for success, and then they're able to just weather the entire storm.
He's weathering a storm? That's the first I've ever heard of this. Is that a new expression I hear? Absolute vintage Seeker there, hiding in a corner, going for a flash fan. The flash doesn't even stun people anymore, but Seeker's still going for his 2020, 2021 classic play, hiding in a corner for the flash fan. He's not Canadian Striker, he is Seeker, and he is, perhaps Canadian Tayo. That's the Tayo classic, Striker is the main DPS that can aim, but, if we want to talk about references of the old times, that's the Tayo classic, that hiding in a corner flash fanning people. Great start for Seeker. Really got to check your corners if you're playing against Nightmare in a clutch match, because he's always going for this Canadian Exy. You make another comparison like that, Sloan, you're done for in this chat. That's the worst comparison I've ever heard in my life. Comparing Seeker to a brain-dead aimer who is so far separated from creativity that, it might as well be in a different fucking universe. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. All right, slop.
See you on the other side.
Just because it's a Nightmare game doesn't mean that I'm going to be talking about the game. We're still slopping.
Thank God. Seeker or Tree? I don't know. Tree's super good. I could be convinced it's Tree. I could be convinced. This was the one, wasn't it? That was the one on Garden. That's the fight they should have won. That was the situation. And then here on Night Market, it just felt like they had a better understanding of how they wanted to play the map here. Won the first fight with that Seeker flank. Won the first fight with that Seeker flank, and then obviously won the big ult trade as well. Terror Surge Barrage. Terror Surge Barrage combo coming out. It's PGE. Grow up. Maybe on Widow only. Clearly it's Merit. Good shout, finally. Not even from the Toronto Defiant to officially nat one. Lethal again. I feel like there's a lot of people stretching the definition of North American in this one, really having to reach for it. All right, 95%. Oh come on, 95%. No way. Fluffy Aimers get to pick the map. Chime's gonna get on May. He's gonna get funky with it. I don't know. We're going Flashpoint probably, right? We're gonna hit like New Junk City or something. I think we're going New Junk City. I think Chime's going to be on the May. Ryan is going to be in. Genji's going to be an option. Might even get some Ryan Cass mixed in there or something. So I think we go New Junk City. I think they punch back. This is the Fluffy Aimers map. I can believe it. Oh, so are they called Fluffy Aimers or Fluffy Dreamland? Because I feel like Fluffy Aimers is correct. Because that's what it says on like Wikipedia and stuff. But they're calling them Fluffy Dreamland here. But Fluffy Aimers is the name of the actual organization, right? Whereas Dreamland was just like Fluffy Aimers is a real organization. Is a business. But like Fluffy Aimers is the business. Dreamland was just the name of like the old team. But why? I feel like if I'm Fluffy Aimers, though, I just want my team to be called Fluffy Aimers. I don't know. If I started a business called Fluffy Aimers and I signed a team to play under Fluffy Aimers, I feel like I'd be keen. Look, New Junk City! Fuck! It's like I know what I'm talking about, guys. Honestly. Sometimes it feels like I know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you, Wanta. Presume that was for the nose blow. Thank you very much. Call it CommanderX's team? Well, the last time I named a team after myself, it was called CommanderX and the Sex Kittens. Should we bring it back? Need to get a 1 in chat if you want to if you want me to bring it back. Glad the nose blow got you, Wanta. That was I had you in mind when I blew my nose. Yes, bring back the Sex Kittens. Fuck. All right. New Junk City. This is the one. No sign of Ryan, though, sticking to the cast, but it's going to be May cast this time coming out. Nightmare sticking to more of a tried and tested Genji cast here. Chime, though, a menace on the May. One of the dinkiest in the regions. We'll see if he can get it done here.
12,
10,
11,
9,
10.
8,
Can you pause
7,
for a second? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
There we go.
3.
Yeah.
Are we synced? Yeah, cool.
We're
cool.
synced. Chime now,
Right.
trying to find one of these opening dinks here. They want to try and catch him with this wall timing, but Nightmare keeping their distance for now, playing it slow. Obviously, at a certain point, Zero can go force this checkpoint if he wants as well. Difficult for Fluffy to match that one. Chime, though, lurking, hunting, looking for the opportunity. Doesn't find anything, though. And now Zero, he is marking point, but is going to be forced to be dashed away. And on the chase is Chime, just walking into them all here, happy to take the fight. It is Seeker swinging back on the other side, has a bit of an angle, forces an ice block on response, shielded out of trouble from Grapes here, and Seeker gonna keep rotating. It's a game of rotations right now. Everyone is moving, everyone is hunting, but the wall causes a bit of a problem. And Haven's right behind him. Haven's behind him. They don't know. They've went both sides. Rather than running in circles, they sent some people left and some people right. They got both sides of Nightmare now, and they will take this first fight, but they did concede flipping all of that.
Oh, Infected staggering himself at the end. He should not have jumped onto the objective because now he's going to get so staggered. He could have played up top and run out, but instead he's just lengthened the suffering. Really nice start from Fluffy Dreamland. Admittedly, no Genji, so they have to concede that first cap, but really good play to go for the pincer with Haven. Great wall from Chime to split some members of Nightmare off. Nightmare, though, they are coming back with a huge bank of ultimates. Shades of the first round, though. Poor little Ollie, Admiral Raptor, a bit behind on the rally charge, 45%. So he basically did no damage at all in that first fight. Fluffy Dreamland, they've got a clean 5 ultimates, and they're actually pushing outside with the High Noon, going for the aggressive play. Seeker gets caught out by it, but someone from Nightmare is on the point. So all of Fluffy Dreamland are going to be pulled back. Zero it was on the point, but he's not going to be able to get the cap.
Want to be aggressive again. They're walking out. Terror Surges both way. Blade over the top. And that Terror Surge Blade is going to do so much out of that one. Zero smashes him. Grapes goes down immediately there. And again, so keen to walk out of this door, Fluffy Aimers. They will stall on the point, get it up to 99. But my oh my, the first one, good. The same trick twice doesn't work.
Somebody's been watching the CoStream. Lovely little Surge Blade combo coming out from Nightmare. Good to see that Infected and Zera have cracked that one rather than repeatedly going for dry blades and leaving Zera for dead. Good little retake from Nightmare, and now with the rally that has finally built up from Ollie and the high noon that Seeker has been nursing in his back pocket, they have all the tools to hold on. Renko has an orbital ray advantage, and that's a little bit dangerous, so they've got to be careful that they don't get muscled on by Fluffy Dreamland. But if they keep taking this long range fight, wouldn't be too concerned for Nightmare. Defensive wall from Chime as they're rotating around, and it's actually Nightmare on the offensive. Fluffy Dreamland's tank has dropped down to the point. He's taken so much damage that forces out the Ray early from the side of Dreamland, but it's actually Zera to go down first. Infected needs to jump down onto the point with the gold, and with no Zera to contest, Nightmare are just gonna die inside this Ray.
Felt like it was maybe going to be trouble for him when that Ray was had to use on point to try and save Astro, but the Ray just too powerful. Nightmare, the time against him, forced to drop to point, forced to go down, and now Fluffy Dreamland, they take the very first round, and now they'll get the first position here on the next point. Looking pretty good for them. They have the Blizzard, they have the Terror Surge available as well. Nightmare, Rally and High Noon coming back. Difficult ults maybe to get out of this choke, because look how aggressive Fluffy want to be here. They are ready to go. They love going out of choke, apparently.
Very aggressive hold. Oh, geez. Nearly getting caught out is Haven. A little bit slow to rotate backwards. It seems like Fluffy Dreamland opted to not hold the choke in the end. Swing onto the point with that High Noon a couple of seconds before the unlock, so it's not going to secure them the cap. I think Dreamland are going to be on it. They will get the cap. Spin wasted by Astro, so now he's feeling a little bit more pressure to perhaps drop some of his cooldowns. High Noon from Haven, that's going to force Nightmare onto the objective. Infected eats a bunch of damage, but he still has the Terror Surge in the back pocket. Seeker's on the run. Orbital Ray in the back. Looks like there's a Blizzard on point, but Infected with 2 from the Terror Surge, and then nearly a 3rd with the Spear as well. That is going to be Nightmare taking this fight. It wasn't cheap, but look at the point percentage. It keeps on climbing, and Fluffy Dreamland, I mean, it was far from cheap for them as well.
They invested a lot as well, didn't get the value out of their ults, and because they lost the cap at the start of that one, it really hurts now because they have to try and walk back in. They've got the Rally, they've got the Ray. It's very powerful support ult combo here, but they have to make this one work. They're low on time, they're going to get walking. Zera lurking with the blade here, but only a Rally to combo it with, so Nightmare might be wise just to try and trade these ults a little bit slower, keep themselves and keep their space on point here. For now, Astro will walk up, dip his toes onto point. Nightmare ready to respond. Wall comes out. Rally Blade combo over the top, looking for it. Ray used defensively, and I think Fluffy Dreamland, they've survived the initial slashes, and they're pushing forward. They're hunting down Admiral. They'll get their man, send him back to Estonia, and now they're hunting down Infected. They'll get him as well. Good retake here. Convert the ult advantage in the end. Looked a little bit scary when they were getting slashed in that Ray, but the Ray just too strong.
So difficult to blade in so many different circumstances. Really, the Surge Blade combo or just blading into no ultimates at all. In any other situation, you're asking the world of Zera. A Rally Blade already incredibly difficult to execute. Nightmare, they're not done yet though. They get to come back into this next fight with huge ultimates. CJ's got the Orbital Ray. Chime could potentially counter that with a well-placed Blizzard, you know, try to channel his inner backbone. But overall, I'd say that Nightmare have the advantage here. They can afford to use an ultimate like the High Noon just to get the swing out in the open as well, just to start touching the point and pressure the next step from Fluffy Dreamland. Here it is now. They step up to the plate. They're on the point with the High Noon. The wall is invested from Chime just to enable the touch, but already Ice Block forced. Push from Astro, but doesn't have the Terror Surge. Can't suck anyone into the High Noon. So this High Noon not going to get the value that they wanted. Now CJ gets to layer in the Orbital Ray, and with Infected's Terror Surge coming in on top, the cap goes the way of Nightmare. Grapes goes down, really trying to clutch it as Astro comes in with the Ray. Renko as well, Ray Surge combo rather, and it looks like the trades are good. Seeker has this wide angle, manages to get the pick on Renko, so 1 player advantage for Nightmare right now, but it could go either way. As I say, it could go either way. The remnants of Fluffy Dreamland, they disappear in a puff of smoke, and that is going to be Nightmare taking the second flashpoint, evening it up 1-1.
Good recovery there from Nightmare. Wasn't a straightforward fight at all, but so far they've done a pretty decent job of minimizing this Blizzard value, and as a result, tie it up 1-1. Even get to roll this Blade into the next fight as well, but as we've said, difficult to blade into things a lot of the time, and one of those things is rally, which is what Grapes nearly has here. A wall comes out. They're actually going to meet him right here. I don't know if Nightmare are exactly ready for this fight. Haven swinging already. Infected's going to try and spin, get his team out of this one, but Fluffy Dreamland, they want to catch him on this rotation. They've gone slightly different ways, looking for this damage. Dink comes through from Chime. No finishing blows, though. Nightmare, Infected is still low. They have this blade to turn with if they want, but they're just so on the back foot from this catch here. They have to keep running, and now Zera's dinked as well. They're having to run for the hills, Nightmare, just to try and stabilize.
Chime is just spin botting on the Mei right now. Truly shades of Backbone applying so much pressure. Again, cut it out, Chime. Cut it out. I want to go to Stockholm. Now, settle down with all these dinks. Nightmare, they are posturing back into this one. They've got bodies on the point. No ultimates invested as of yet. Oh, God, Zera's going for a dry blade into a rally. No. Don't tell me. 85% slashing through everybody, but no kills converted. Haven pops the high noon now, but there is no cap. CJ swings around the corner to try and push with the orbital ray, but goes down to the high noon. Nightmare, they still have a chance. They've got the noon, the surge, the rally, ultimates in the pocket, and they start to invest. Admiral comes out with the rally, but Infected is split. No chance to get that Terror Surge off. The pressure, it's starting to mount for Nightmare. They're down in the fight now. Down 2, down 3. Fluffy Dreamland, they're cleaning up. Nightmare, that was a very sloppy ult fight. They didn't have to rush it, but instead they push in with the blade when they were 15% off the Surge Blade combo, and it all goes pear-shaped for them.
The saving grace here for Nightmare is they at least flip the point so they get a bit of cap here. But I really enjoyed that from Fluffy Dreamland. When the Ray came out, they actually disengaged low ground, pushed high ground. So they just circumvent that Ray, get themselves into a good position. And now, in control of a point, they have Terror Surge Ray themselves. They have a Blizzard. Nightmare, they only have this Terror Surge coming back from Infected. So he's got to try and make a few miracles happen. They have to make their moves soon. Only 15% left. Spin just to rotate from Infected. He's just going to force it in, I think. Here we go. Fortified. Loads of damage onto Haven, but here's the Ray in response. Haven's awfully low, but the Ray healing gets him through, and now Seeker separated. Astro will nail that one, and they just can't deal with it. The Terror Surge for the Ray, big picture, a reasonable trade here for Nightmare, but round advantage for Fluffy Dreamland.
Oh, jeez. Fluffy Dreamland cleaning up the second point. Now they have a real chance to get a lead in the series. That's not a lead. That's evening up. They have a chance to even things up in the series. Get things back to 1-1. And Fluffy Dreamland, I mean, they've got all the ultimates. That was not the fight that Nightmare wanted to be losing. Zera has actually made the swap over to the Pharah. Not happy on the Genji. Feels that he's been counted out a little bit by Chime. So over to the Pharah, trying to go for a harder counter to the Mei. Needs to be so mindful of Haven, though. And with all of these ultimates online for Dreamland, I feel as if they can just post up on the point, use an ult, and Nightmare's just going to have to kite and kite.
Oh, I think I might have lost you for a second. My clean feed has just restarted. I've got Zera now on the right-hand side. Haven's going to start with the high noon. We'll be walking out. Cancels the high noon. Actually, push, but Farah catches Zera, peeking him. It was a trap. And now player advantage. They've used the rally here. Seeker will fall as well. And getting this point, just 1-for-1 ult trade. Rally for high noon. Got to feel good about that for Dreamland. And just to check, we're still in sync. 18%, 19%, 20%,
yeah,
21. All right, cool.
If you flick a pause, we'll be like a tiny bit closer, but really like half a second at most. Nightmare now, you know, they have to retake with a really rough situation. Ult is slowly starting to build for them, but the pressure is on. There's only one fight left for them unless they take an exceptionally quick one. And with a Pharah, there's almost no chance of an exceptionally quick fight. They've got the orbital ray to fight up in main, but Chime, he can zone them out of it. He has the Blizzard. Astro has the Terror Surge to layer in. But look at this Nightmare. They've gotten this free rotation. This could lead to a free retake if Fluffy Dreamland aren't careful. They're rushing down in main through to the point now, but the damage is already done. Nightmare have gotten their position. Infected walled up on the point, trying desperately to break that wall. Speed ring invested just to get him backwards. Needs to play it safe, but Nightmare, they're really on the ropes right now, Xavier. Orbital Ray comes out first from Renko. CJ matches, but there's that Blizzard zoning them out. Seeker, he's stuck in the Terror Surge of Astro. Zera trades out onto Haven. It's a back and forth, left and right. Nightmare flipped the cap, but Fluffy Dreamland are a player ahead. Chime is stuck in the ice block. Infected, full HP. He's bearing down on Astro right now, but isn't securing any kills. Zera's so low. Chime actually catches him. So now it's Infected versus the world. And with Admiral coming back with the rally, I don't think he's even going to get the touch. I think Fluffy Dreamland have just taken Nightmare 1-1 in a clean May matchup. Unbelievable. Scoreline evened up. 1-1. Nightmare looking a little bit rocky here on New Junk City.
This is the exact same pick that Fluffy Dreamland took NRG to. Also beat NRG on this map. You don't want to face Don't want to face this team on New Junk City, beating two of the best teams in North America, really proving themselves in this meta, in this type of mirror, when they can get Chime in especially, get him on that May, he starts connecting the dinks, he finds the walls, all of a sudden this team can find success. I feel like this was always going to be one of the closest games of the day. Fluffy Dreamland punching back right now, and I wonder if Nightmare, if they're even considering maybe swapping to, I don't know, Gibraltar's the classic right now, just take some of these hero options away from Fluffy Dreamland.
All right, I gotta start slot racing real quick. I need a distraction from the chaos. So I'll see you on the other side.
Oh, what did I tell you? Does any? I guess we didn't clip it because I was just like, it was just normal talking. But I told you at the start, right? Did anyone follow my prediction when I said we're gonna go to New Junk City and Fluffy Dreamland, they're going to win? Did anyone bet on my prediction? Because if you did, you're probably in a pretty good position. Yep. Insane, mate. Thanks, Chris. It's like, honestly, it's like I spend most of my days watching Overwatch. I think if you want the full series prediction, it'll be 3-2 to Nightmare. I think what's going to happen is Fluffy Dreamland are going to get too close, and then we're going to get a version of Chris Fury, where the closer you get to winning, the more impossible it gets if you're the underdog team. You bet before my prediction and you ruined your odds? You're welcome, time. All right. Such a Fluffy Dreamland believer in this one. They've just got it on this comp, you know? It's just something about them. They've got it. I'm a Chime believer. I think Grapes is actually... I forgot who said it, but somebody said it, right? But I think Grapes is actually gapping poor Ollie right now. Admiral on the Brig, slow on the rally charge frequently. Meanwhile, I feel like Grapes... consistent value, getting involved in all these brawls, making a difference. Yeah, a bit of a struggle for Admiral. Just wait till they sub in Ryan. Yeah, well, when I spoke to Fluffy Dreamland, they were talking a lot about how... well, the nice thing about Ryan is if he can play both the hit scan and like a Genji tracer type thing. So if they ever want a Genji, they can sub in... Ryan. So they played like Mei Genji before, but I think for the most part, they're only going to sub in Ryan if they're worried teams are going to start going Zen or something. So maybe we're just going to be in a Haven world. Obviously, if you saw my interview, you probably also heard for the Haven gas as well. And held his own against Seeker there. Big impact, good picks, good flanks from Haven. Lively with it. I feel like we're going to go to something very different now, like Gibraltar, right? Do I post a stream on? Yeah, if you type in... What? Why am I going through puberty? If you type in, I think it's !VODs. Or !YouTube. Is it YouTube? There we go, the second channel. VodTube? No, guys. I got it. It's YouTube. Not VodTube. New vid? Fuck, that probably needs updating. Unk voice cracking. Well, it's because I'm still young, guys. Nearly cracked it. It's here. It nearly went again. Maybe I'm gonna have to start gruffing up my voice. Midtown from Nightmare? That's a pretty good May map, no? Pretty good May map. Keep Chime in. No, don't update my age to 12. I'll get kicked off the platform. What's the age for Twitch now? Is it 12 plus? Because who was it? Did Tree and Sugarfree had their Twitch accounts taken away, right? Didn't Vega have it as well? 13 plus? Yeah, like they all had to start new Twitch accounts. Yeah, Vega lost his Twitch account. Fuck. Oh, pardon me. Unless anyone's into sniffles. If you're into nose blowing, this is actually a great stream for you to watch. So if that's your kink, you're in the right place. All right, Midtown time.
Zadia.
Yeah.
Why are we on Midtown? After they just lost to a May, why are we on Midtown? Can you explain that to me?
Oh, it's a fluffy Dreamland world. It's gonna happen. Chime on May.
Dude,
It's gonna happen.
Why
It's
have
gonna
they
happen.
picked? They just
May,
lost
your
to May
team,
on
mate.
Flashpoint.
Your team.
And they
Go talk
they
to him,
picked-
mate.
Why would they go Midtown? This is the May map. There's 3 hybrids. They could go Blizzard World. Impossible to play May.
Gibraltar,
There's Kings
maybe.
Row. 1 out
No,
of 3.
No interest.
Why are we
Alright.
on fucking the May map? The May map. Seeker's playing Widow on the
luckily
defense.
they've-
Fluffy
they've
Dreamland.
gone
They've got the
Reinhardt.
anti-Widow pick. They're going Ryan May Sim. This is going to be so hard to play Widowmaker into. Lots of damage onto Astro's shield for the initial rotation. But already, Fluffy Dreamland, they can one-step this. Astro's a moron. He's shielding inside. He won't let his shield regen. I don't know what he's blocking there, standing in a corner. Regen your shield to full. Let's get another round of full HP. Okay, this guy's just wasteful with his shield. So I'm not sure what that's all about. It seems that Fluffy Dreamland have no interest in actually tapping point. They regen shield one last time. They're going for a TP rather than a point touch. They've TP'd into the train. And Seeker, he has an angle to get some shots in on the point, but no kills coming through. Bash comes out from Grapes, but no kill conversion. And Nightmare, they don't know what to do. Who is going to touch the point? 2 ticks already conceded.
Any
And now,
touches?
so much pressure for them to touch. Seeker, kill something! Torpedoes come out. Renko goes down. So finally, a sign of life for Nightmare. But there's so much pressure to keep on touching. The Sim is fully torqued, beaming. Astro is low health, but Infected first to die. Haven taken out, so even trades. Maybe Nightmare a +1 right now. Seeker with the final kill onto Chime. Astro with a pin on Zero. We need to clean up these kills inside the Mega Room. Seeker is actually watching main, looking for an angle on Renko, but Renko is just standing behind a wall, smiling, finally swings out and peeks, but who is going to touch from Nightmare? Because Astro, he's come back in, full condition. Astro coming in now on the respawn, he's getting the touch, but really Seeker hit by that fire strike. It's still very possible that Fluffy Dreamland could win this one. Mirrored rallies on either side. Seeker pops the walls, 1 HP rally from Admiral is so close. Zero nearly has the blade, but the Symmetra is back in the fight. The wall comes up, Orbital Ray. We could see a Ray blade coming through, but Zero, he doesn't have it yet. Terra Surge comes out, Surge Blade combo, Astro whips it, but in comes the Shatter. No value, Blizzard clears the point, and Nightmare, after 2 minutes, they lose to the Rhine Sim comp.
It cost them everything in the end there, but they're able to clutch it out. Really feels it might have been over there when we got the quick array out of CJ. And it's actually, Nightmare are going to swap here. Oh, he faked for Winston. It's a clever trick. He goes over onto the Winston for a second. So it's kind of a clever trick that achieves nothing ultimately. So both teams are just going to end up on Orisa after a bit of dicking about in spawn. Yeah, we're just both wise to each other's games. And we're onto the matchup we maybe expect a little bit more. Chime over onto that May. Big impact on New Junk City. We'll be hoping more for the same here. Ults basically reset except for that Renko Orbital Ray here. So a great chance for Fluffy Dreamland to take this high ground with it.
Fluffy Dreamland, they've already pushed the car quite far, but Astro is playing with fire, continuing to peek in main. Oh, so low. Seeker making the swap over to the Astro. Oh my fucking god. I love when my tank gets magic picked walking through main with no cooldowns and no health. Absolutely sloppy gameplay from Astro there. Just giving away Fluffy Dreamland's momentum. And now look at Nightmare. They're on the offensive. Zero getting real aggressive, looking for montage clips on the cleanup. And that's going to be Nightmare back in control. Seeker, he did so much damage in that first fight neutral. He's already got another Bob. Or a Bob.
Haven was swapping onto the Widow to try and find a grapple, and this is the worst type of fight to lose for Fluffy Dreamland because you have that clear orbital ray advantage, but now Nightmare, they're starting to get a few tools to cause you problems. CJ only 19% behind, and Fluffy Dreamland, they still need to try and get in position to use this orbital ray. So instead, it's going to be a much bigger ult fight as they try and come through right-hand side here, but they didn't tap the payload before they went, so that payload is rolling back this entire time. Could be a crucial mistake that Fluffy Dreamland will come to regret as they're going to run into Nightmare now on this choke, trying to make a move through it right now. Spins will be exchanged, but Infected, he's just body blocking. The Orbital Ray comes through, trying to force it through, but CJ, Orbital Ray Terror Surge through, and Infected, he crushes him at the choke. And look how far back the payload is as well. Disaster here for Fluffy Dreamland. All off the back of that Orisa pick a fight or two ago.
Oh my days. Now Nightmare really back in control. Surge Ray combo cleaning them up. Fluffy Dreamland, they've got that Blizzard, but if Nightmare plays range, plays distance, it's going to be really difficult to get the Blizzard off. There's not going to be many targets. Fluffy Dreamland, it's so hard to push with the Blizzard, especially when you're going up against an Orisa, because that's a hero that can just fortify and survive through it all. Nightmare, they've also got the Bob up on the high ground wall for the high ground sideline as they cross out into the open. Chime really in a dangerous Zero's position though. Seeker can land a dynamite on him and force him out, but it looks like he's actually getting the job done. He's pushed the cart almost all the way underneath. Somebody needs to stop this man before he steals it away. No ice block now. It's time to go, Nightmare. It's time to get a push going. Chime, no ice block on the cart. Taken out. Zero confirms the kill with the help of Seeker's Bob, and that's going to be a zero-man Blizzard. Nightmare, they've conceded a little bit of cart push, but they should be good to clean up this fight as long as they can reset up top.
They're trying to take a bit of space up top here, actually, Fluffy Dreamland. They are a player down. No made it for him. Chime's actually coming back on Genji as well. Terror Surge up. Sucks in the Juno for now, but not too much damage. Zero and Infected caught inside. Infected needs to be careful. They're coming behind. Rally not in time to save him from Admiral. Admiral's going to go down in the Rally as well. Great Rally. Much better value. And now Seeker's going to get cleaned up. One trait onto Haven will make it a little bit easier coming back. But Orbital Ray, Bob available for Fluffy Dreamland. Great ults to close out in this point.
Already, I mean, Nightmare, they had a pretty solid hold on the second point. Only 2 minutes split off on the first. They get one more chance at this, but they don't have the ultimates just yet. They should definitely relax, chill out until CJ has that orbital ray at a bare minimum. Don't get too aggressive, and please, for the love of God, don't ask Zero to dry blade when you're 85% on Terror Surge. Ray comes out from Renko, and already Nightmare on the back foot. The ray comes back in response from CJ, and it looks like it is good. Infected takes out Haven, but the blade on card from Zero, he slices through 2, 3 members of Fluffy Dreamland. Now all they need to do is make sure they don't see Night. Stagger him, stagger Astro. The stagger comes through, and it looks like Nightmare should be good to hold on to this one. Astro's on the run now, nearly takes down CJ with, takes down Zero with that spear, but won't be able to get it done. And with only 10 seconds left on the clock, Astro is missing this final fight. No chance of Astro being involved. Seeker on the Widow, he swaps, he gets up on the high ground, takes down Renko. 3 versus 5 for the touch. Almost no hope for the Dreamland folks.
No, Chime was able to keep it going with one, but had to dash, jump in and dash out for it as well. So no chance for more there. Fluffy Dreamland ultimately sunk by that stagger at the end. And not too bad a hold overall from Nightmare, all things considered here. And looks like a great chance for him to take the lead. Didn't really see too much May impact overall there, even though in theory, Midtown a very good May map. Maybe on the defense here, when the May can hold that right-hand side, we'll see a larger impact from Chime.
Oh man, I was rather critical of Nightmare taking us to Midtown because I thought this is the only map of the 3 where May is really strong. But end of the day, Nightmare, they've held at the end of second point. Their attack, it's still going to be fraught with peril though. They're going to need to attack into a May almost certainly. Fluffy Dreamland, they're going to have the May up their sleeve, and I feel like Nightmare, if they can break that first point, May really doesn't do much for you on second point, especially not at the end of second. So it's all about first point. Can Nightmare get it done? Can they get a good ult combo off? Can Seeker find some value on the Widowmaker? Maybe we're going to have eyes on the Widow duel, eyes on Chime. Whether or not Chime can block out Nightmare in main, get some dinks on Seeker, or, whether or not Haven can actually just shut Seeker out of the game entirely.
It's going to be a big matchup. We've seen Seeker hitting a few heads so far. Not seen Haven on the Widow either in this series so far. So chance to respond here. Should be a little bit easier on the defense. Can control those angles a bit more. Feels like if they're going to commit to this Widow, it's going to be a much slower approach from Nightmare. Just trying to play the angle fight. Try and take some space on the left. Create opportunities. For now though, going into it, will be just a Sonic out to check for anything. And Seeker's going to try and swing out in this window nice and early on. But it doesn't look like he'll see all too much of anything. Just an Orisa to get some ult charge off.
We'll take a bit of free ult charge for Seeker, but overall, Nightmare, they've still got to take a couple of seconds, assess the situation, see where the enemy is. Seeker going for a quick hook shot, doesn't see anybody, but Nightmare, they're full steam ahead. They've actually rotated all the way to the far right side, taken that side of the map. Something of a flip right now. Good aggressive angles for the Orisa. Zero in on the flank, and he actually has the backline locked up in a corner. Oh my days! Dashes inside the room with both of the supports and the Widowmaker, and just takes Haven for a ride. So Nightmare, they're not worried about the May at all. Zero's just going to dash right past him. Grapes, he's totally fine. It's Admiral that's in a little bit of trouble, but Astro doesn't find the conversion, and he committed so heavily to try and get that kill on Admiral that now he's going to go down, and that's going to be Fluffy Dreamland's first point hold collapsing in only one fight.
Thought they might take it quite slow, try and play to get Seeker into position, but they actually just gun it through, give themselves all that space, and once they start taking that space, Fluffy Dreamland didn't seem sure how to respond. Suddenly, Seeker has all the room in the world to start finding picks, start finding some value, gets that, and we said it would be all about the first point here, but already on the back of second, they're actually pinned in a difficult situation here. Infected doesn't want to let them out in this one for free. Haven's trying to take difficult shots to get out of this corner. Can't find that grapple. Bit of a atypical hold here from Fluffy Dreamland, but they're trying to keep it contested. Haven, very tight angle here, not a lot to shoot at. Eyes on Seeker for now. Both Widows just staring down, and Seeker's actually going to flip the map. Terror Surge comes through here. They're going to take down Renko, and no ults responded with here from Fluffy Dreamland, and I think they're just going to accept the loss here, and this is not looking good for them at all.
Oh, Infected opting to box Grapes to death rather than shoot him with his gun. Nearly went south for him when Grapes picked up that mini, but, you know, fortunately, Infected manages to survive. And now Seeker, I mean, it's pure confidence, right? Aggressive angle forward, has the wall hacks. Fluffy Dreamland, they have all 5 ultis online, so they should have the tools to stop the push of Nightmare here. But with the size of the time bank, Nightmare, they got nothing to worry about. Chime seems to have forgotten that the enemy Widow can see through walls, and just straight lines out in the open. Taken by Seeker as the first pick on the fight, and now this is bad news for Fluffy Dreamland. Look at this aggressive orbital ray from CJ. He's putting the pressure on. Rally comes out from Grapes, but the blade from Zera, that on him, it's going to get nothing. Astro with the counter Terror Surge takes him out. Seeker catches Renko inside that though, and all 5 of Fluffy Dreamland's ults have been expended. Nightmare, they used 4 in that turn, but with only 1 fight left to win, Nightmare, they have got to be more than confident. They get to go into this next fight with Infected's Terror Surge, and Fluffy Dreamland have nothing to respond.
Chime going over onto the Genji now as well, so just taking a full mirror at this point. They need Haven to try and find something for them. They need a pick. They need something to buy them time, because for Terror Surge, no great answers for this one. They're trying to hold on the high ground to buy themselves more space, but you can see Nightmare creeping up, and Haven, he wins the duel. That's going to buy him valuable time. They still got to be careful of this Terror Surge charge, but Infected knocked off of the high ground, and Fluffy Dreamland, they get that time they were so desperate for.
Oh my days. Finally, Fluffy Dreamland, they get a little bit of momentum, winning that Widow duel, slowing down Nightmare. And they need to start farming, is the thing. If they can't charge up some ultimates, it's just going to be Nightmare walking over them once they get position. So far away from double support ultimate. Astro, I mean, he's coming up on a Terror Surge, but we're going to need a long fight to make that happen. And Nightmare, with the current card position, it might actually be a long fight that we're in for. It's rolled back quite a lot. Nightmare, they've taken the high ground. What's their next move?
Chime's actually trying to make a bit of an aggressive move in the back here. Dashes out, but does get caught too much from Chime here. Now the Terror Surge just onto the enemy Orisa. Astro nearly has one to respond back with. Will use it straight back on Infected. Little bit low here. Infected's going to try and kite towards the bus. Committed very deep here, but now Infected groups up with the rest of his team. Plowing forward. Orbital Ray coming back. Fluffy Dreamland, they don't have the ults to respond with. Haven will pop the walls, but walls won't stop an Orbital Ray. They're just going to push this one home. One final touch from Astro, but he's just one Orisa versus the world. Nightmare gonna close out Midtown with plenty of time to spare.
Oh my lord. Nightmare, they made it close, you know, losing a couple of fights there towards the end, but when they come in with that orbital ray advantage, it's just done for Fluffy Dreamland. They have no more space to concede, their backs are to the wall, and if the car keeps on rolling, the map is over, so they have to fight into the ray, and that's the end of days for them. Nightmare taking the lead 2-1. Maybe we don't have to fire the coaches. Flack, if you've already fired the coaches, unfire them. Because great pick going to Midtown. Get them back, because we got a 2-1 lead now. We're getting ever closer to our Stockholm trip.
I've just got a mental image now of Flack ripping up the contract in front of their eyes, then frantically looking for some sellotape to start piecing it back together again as they secure Midtown.
Oh, jeez. It's all right. It's never too late to bring back the coaches.
Where else are they gonna go? You know, it's not like there's a. It's not like it's not a. What's it called? Like an employees market right now.
Yeah. Look, it's is it a seller's market? I don't know.
It's like an employees
There's no
market.
fucking jobs. There's no
market.
jobs
There's
in
no
Overwatch
market.
coaching, guys. That's the gist of it. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted with your coaches, and they'd come crawling back to you no matter what. That's the takeaway here. But back to Slop. See you on map 4. 2-1 lead for Nightmare.
All right, let me get some more water. Let's get ready for that. Predictions going up already. Beautiful. All right, let's do it. Be right back. Oh. And we're back. Woo. Just in time. No Nightmare merch. I'm a Toronto man. How often do you go outside? I normally try and do like an hour walk a day. That'd probably be about normal. Sometimes go for longer walks and stuff, but a lot of the time we do now would be like a weekend, go for a walk with a fiance or something. But also a lot of the time of a weekend, doing a doing a billion Overwatch co-streams. So don't always make it so far out. $1 billion? Yeah, I think that's right. Have you watched that Toronto t-shirt? Yeah, I mean, it's the only one I own. So what I do is, because you saw I was in the Uncoachable, like the quiz head t-shirt, I'll just change into it for like the stream. So that way I feel it's justified, you know, that I can wear it like 3 days in a row or something, because I'm only wearing it for a couple of hours at a time. Well, I guess like 4 hours a day, maybe. That's how 4 or 5 hours. That's how long these VODs normally are. But all right, Runa Sappy. What are you saying? Oh, I don't know. But either way, Runa Sappy. A chance now to close it out, Nightmare. One more map is all they need, but they're going to have to try and deal with this May. Now, Runa Sappy, a bit of an interesting choice. I don't know if inherently the best May map. I'm trying to think if there were better options available. But I don't know. Not the biggest May map, I think, in the pool. So a little bit surprised to see us here. Either way, they're going to try and make it work. We've seen them make it work in other places, so you never know. Match on the line here for Fluffy Dreamland. Need to find a way through here, Max.
They need to find a way through, and honestly, even though they have struggled versus the Mei, I don't think that Mei is good enough here. I think these checkpoint fights, they become too important, and as soon as you take the Mei out into the open space, it becomes so difficult to get value with the ultimate. I think we're going to see so much more value with Nightmare's ultimates. Maybe in the first fight here, we can find some Mei value. The wall chokes are not terrible, but by the numbers, over the course of the map, I think that the Mei comp is worse. Nightmare, though, they're on the back foot. Fluffy Dreamland, they're doing so much damage here in this neutral. It's Infected that has to back up a little bit. Astro, he is way behind Infected on ult charge, though. So Infected, he took a risky angle, and it looks like it's paid a reward to him. Well ahead on ultimate charge, but Chime, well ahead on the DPS charge too. Support ults, they're rather even. Seeker swinging for this wide angle right now, looking for a bit of something, but he catches the spear from Astro, gets so low. Good care from the supports of Nightmare, though, keeping him alive. We're about to see Orbital raise mirrored, Xavier, so keep an eye out for that.
Both of them charged up now. Chime's going to catch a spear as well. It's getting awfully close in that Blizzard and all of this. As now, Nightmare, they're starting to nudge for point away, starting to move for Robot. And this is going to force Fluffy Dreamland to respond. They have to start going right now. And that Terror Surge is coming up right now for Infected. Astro is nowhere close, and the Robot keeps moving away. They will catch it now. Now trying to play for a later raid. Blizzard in exchange for that raid. So actually, just going to hold on to this one, Renko. Now Terror Surge comes out. They lose Haven, but that later raid comes through from Renko. They need to find kills with it. But Bob's going to slow him down. Chime just gets bulldozed by that one. So they got the later raid. The ult trade went the way they wanted it, but they lose players on the way in the entire way, Dreamland. And that is going to be Nightmare taking this one. And they'd already started that robot moving. So they're going to be pushing for checkpoint with this one.
Heart keeps on rolling for Nightmare. They've won this big ult exchange. Really, Fluffy Dreamland, it's nothing good for them, because now, if Nightmare takes the fight out in this open space, the Mei is just going to be less valuable. Really, we have to say that, you know, that first fight, these tight chokes, that's where Fluffy Dreamland need to be winning. And my lord, look at Chime running out onto the cart, going for the ice block. The Bob invested from Haven, and Nightmare, they're actually just going to completely kite this one out. They don't want the smoke out in the open, so they cheat an ultimate. Good start for them.
Now it means it's 2 ults apiece. Rallies in play for both. Terror Surge for Astro, Blade for Zera here. So can be a difficult Rally Blade opportunity with the Terror Surge available for Astro. But they can also just slow it down if they want Nightmare. They've got a pretty healthy lead. No need to do anything crazy. And for now, they're just trying to get an angle through this left flank, trying to clear Infected. Javelin from the other side from Astro. But Infected will be okay. Now they're going to wall him, forcing more cooldowns out of Infected. But all the time, these ults are building Nightmare. They're close to all 5 again. So it's going to be another big ult throwdown. But Haven, Chime, they don't have their ults. For Ray to start it right now. But Nightmare, good for a disengage again. And now the much later Ray comes back for Wall to try and buy themselves time from Chime. But still more ultimates to throw at this one, Nightmare. Terror Surge from Astro. Rally in response. Terror Surge from Infected. Catches Renko. Now the Blade to finish it. 2 from Zera. And there we go. Ult advantage converted. Invested 4 in the end there. But they get the win. They'll get checkpoint. And plenty more off this too.
Such a good fight for Nightmare. They spent a few ultimates at the end there, but their kites at the beginning were spectacular. Kite out that initial bob, get themselves a little bit of a lead in the ult economy. Kite out the orbital ray and go second with their own, and that is that lead being consolidated. Fluffy Dreamland, they couldn't keep investing into the fight, and because they didn't take a hard neutral before using their first layer of ultimates, they just enabled Nightmare to get that kite. Chime now fighting on the side angle, but this open space, it's so awkward for the Mei. Really relying on Nightmare making a mistake. Bob comes out from Seeker, and you can see Admiral in the back just trying to edge that Bob forward. Admiral loves edging Bob. Infected takes down Grapes as well. Chime's on the run, has to use the wall defensively. Already a 5 versus 4 for Nightmare, and the cart keeps on rolling. I see 4 players for Nightmare on cart right now. Fellas, you can push up a little bit. You don't need to have 4 on cart, but Nightmare, they're just taking it slow. They're taking it easy. Nobody wants to overextend into this blizzard.
No, they're playing it careful. Infected, the only one in this more aggressive position, keeping point anchored there. But they try and wall to clear Infected, but they don't really get any damage on him at all. Now they're going to bob for more space, trying to swing onto Infected. They find the Zero pick while they do this, and Infected awfully low. Ray will be responded with by CJ, trying to save their Orisa from all of this. They've done a lot of damage. They forced them back, but Astro catches Seeker. The Blizzard freezes up Infected late into the fight, and that will seal the deal. They do win the fight, Fluffy Dreamland, but such a long way back from here.
Fluffy Dreamland need to start putting meters on the board, not just winning fights in their spawn. Seeker, you know, he's trying to help out the other side, painting a cartoonish crime scene outline around the enemy team on Ash rather than actually shooting his gun into the enemy's bodies. Fluffy Dreamland, though, they need to take a fight here right in the middle. They'll turn off the close spawns for Nightmare, but Nightmare's going to take a fight right away. They're not going to allow the cart to push too far. Infected actually swinging super wide, so the cart, you know, we're already seeing 12 meters conceded. They actually need to start blocking this, or Fluffy Dreamland are going to steal away a few more meters than I think they deserve here. Infected has that Terror Surge. Haven swings super wide, actually gets the pick onto Seeker, and then his supports come, bail him out. Haven's good for 2, make that 3 as CJ goes down. Disaster fight for Nightmare.
Didn't cost a thing either, and now Haven taking over, giving themselves a great chance to carry these ults over. Double support ult and a Terror Surge coming up for Fluffy Dreamland. Very reasonable, but Nightmare, they have the Rally, they have the Terror Surge, and they have the Blade. A lot of to be asked for Zero to find value through this Ray, but there is a chance here. Fight for the checkpoint as well, so a lot of weight in Zero's hands to try and find value out of this one. They might just start with a Terror Surge or something, try and bleed some of these ults out first. Going to be an early wide angle for Haven. Damage on. They're actually so low here. Seeker and Infected are so low. They just can't even go for it. So much damage on the walk up.
Conceding that checkpoint, that's only 1 fight lost for Nightmare, but already more than 60 meters conceded. I mean, what is going on here? Such weak objective control being displayed in the latter ends of this map. Big bank for Fluffy Dreamland as well. Nearly 5 ultimates online for either side. Potential Surge Blade combination online here for Nightmare, but really, neither side seems to want to pull the trigger first. Here's that Surge Blade. Zero's in the mix, takes down Haven, takes down Chime out of the ice block, so it looks like Nightmare are going to get the better of this exchange. But Fluffy Dreamland, they only invested 1 ultimate into that fight. Seems like they were happy to just allow Nightmare to begin ulting for whatever reason. I mean, Dreamland, you guys need to be winning fights right now. I'm not sure why they echoed that.
Really strange. When it looked like the Terror Surge connected, it does look like Haven was well and truly stuck in that one. So I don't know if they just cut their losses at that point, but definitely a peculiar decision. They don't have lead. This is the sort of thing you'd more often see about a team trying to defend a lead or be conservative with their ults. But Either way, at least they still have the ults, right? Haven's going to drop this Bob as they try and chase Cart. Bob, on the other hand, Haven will get uppercut by Nat One. Needs help out of that. Orbital Ray in exchange now. Both going back and forth. Seeker's Bob will get taken care of, and now Haven can try and swing forward. But Infected, he's still here. He's trying to push through the Ray. That cannot be advisable. Will get taken down. They've got control of a robot here, and they're just going to die on payload. Admiral's going to rally. They think they can clutch. Seeker's got one. Terror Surge in response, though. Admiral in big trouble. Seeker still peeking, still trying to make this chaotic. Shimer's going to wall him in safely, but Seeker, he's not done yet. He's got one more, and this is going to slow down Dreamland, but I've got to regret that rally at the end of that one, Admiral.
At least with that rally, he managed to get Astro to pop the Terror Surge as well, right? Haven's made the swap over to Sombra. This is rogue. This is extremely rogue. No idea what Haven is doing on Sombra right now. I feel like that's a very weak hero in this matchup. Something that won't do a lot of damage in the neutral. Oh, no, he's gone over to the Ash.
Okay.
Maybe. Was this... What was that? I really don't know. Back and forth on the Ash. Don't know what to tell you about that one. Only, you know, a top Overwatch League coach like Wizard Hyung could explain that swap to you, but I'm not capable. I'm not there. Nightmare, they've got a few ultimates soon to come.
He's lagged out!
Has Astro DC'd? Is that what that is? Oh,
Infected, no mercy.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe that. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to be seeing. Even though I'm rooting for Nightmare, I don't want to see Nightmare win to Astro walking into a wall.
Yeah. They were waiting for Haven to respawn, just trying to slow it down, and then Astro lags out at the worst possible time. What was it, 1 minute 17 on the clock? I don't think he actually DC'd though, which I guess means he doesn't at least lose the ult charge and stuff, but it means the rest of them, they have to run, they have to disengage, and this means rather than taking the fight on that high ground slope here, like they originally would have got to do here, Fluffy Dreamland, they're going to have to go take the fight, maybe even back near their own checkpoint.
Well, Flack guessed the right IP, and now we've got an overwhelming advantage rolling into the end of it. Very well done, Flack.
Shout out to the IT department.
Yeah, no, the IT department at Nightmare working overtime on this map 4. They really wanted that 3-1 scoreline. Oh, well, you reckon we can flicker some slop on? You reckon we can fit that in?
Give it a go. Can't hurt, can it?
Let's get it done.
Hold on 2 seconds. Wait, he did lose his ult charge? Oh shit. Maybe it wasn't sloppable at all. Not sloppable at all. Straight back into this one. Now they're pushing forward. Yeah, they're just going to have to die on payload here as well. Did lose his ult charge. And this is not good. Fluffy Dreamland going to be forced all the way back now. We'll regroup. Do have their rally coming back. Haven coming back on the Cass now instead of the Ash. So a slight swap here, mirroring the Cass over on the side of Seeker. But look at this from Nightmare. Orbital Ray, Terror Surge Blade, all of these ults coming up. It's going to be so hard for them to deal with all of this. 45 seconds, they're going to have no choice but to deal with these ultimates. And now Seeker trying to find a cheeky flank on this right-hand side. Will roll into Haven, did use his roll actually. Now going to force it out. They're committing to this, but Zera's there to overload the flank. Will take him down, and looks like it will just be a free fight win at the end. Chime with a late kill onto Admiral. Might give him a bit of breathing room here on this recontest, but they didn't use any ults for that Nightmare, so they're going to have 4 coming into this final fight.
Oh, it's Nightmare World, Savior. 15 seconds on the clock. 4, nearly 5 ultimates for the final. And I mean, look over to poor little Astro. 33% on that Terror Surge. Really asking the world of Fluffy Dreamland to get them recontesting here. But they need it. Oh, jeez. Rally comes out. The Blizzard from downtown. It actually catches Seeker. I say that we were asking the world of Nightmare, and the world we have received. Or rather, the world of Fluffy Dreamland. Look at this. Against all odds, with this massive ultimate deficit, they have managed to clutch it out. Only the Rally and the Blizzard, and they take down Nightmare when Nightmare had 4, nearly 5 ultimates online. They haven't won yet. There's still a way to go, but there's only 2 fights they need to win in order to even this up.
And looking at it now, Nightmare, the Orbital Ray, the Blade, they've got that combo. Can even just throw in the Rally, honestly, just to try and make sure they win this next fight. Dreamland, they have the Ray back. They're going to use it. High Noon defensively as well. Zera yet to pull the Blade. They get over top of the High Noon. Now comes the Blade. Infected takes down Haven. Zera's looking for more. They're still in the Ray. Can they shut down this Blade? Zera's 1 HP. Will get pocketed up. Has deflect. Whipped back. They've lost Renko, though. It's still a dogfight here. Infected still trying to find these kills. Holding down the point as Astro Toronto. He nearly has Terror Surge here. Does need to drop it in. He's awfully low. Damage out isn't enough. Astro's still low. Chime into Ice Block one more time. Rally out from Grapes will get focused out. And Nightmare, they'll close it out. They'll win in the end. The combo, too much. Gives them enough of an opening. And they make it to the upper bracket final and make it to Stockholm.
Yeah, see you in Stockholm, boys. Very good. Nightmare win that one 3-1. It was very close in the end. Thank God for Flack's IP guessing abilities at the end of the day. It was getting a little too close for comfort, so Flack he needed to lean on IT for a second there. But that's a GG's. That's Nightmare essentially punching their ticket to Stockholm. And that is Fluffy Dreamland. I mean, they looked really solid. Fluffy Dreamland, Fluffy something, Dreamland Aimers, whatever it may be. The Fluffers, they're down to the lower bracket. Let's see if they can't clear anyone else out because they are looking solid.
Seems like the perfect meta for them. As much as they lose against Nightmare, should be a good meta for Nightmare. So I think Fluffy Aimers, I think they're going to are they getting the rematch with NRG tomorrow now? So that's like, it's not straightforward for NRG at all, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, they took NRG down the first time. NRG haven't looked like this unbeatable behemoth in their top side of the bracket. So, I mean, if NRG get knocked out, are they still almost... Are they clinched?
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Because, I mean, I see the Rack clan in the chat talking about, you know, their tickets to Stockholm, which makes me feel like NRG might be basically locked with their current position in the bracket.
Toby says yes. I'm going to trust Toby, yeah. So this seals it for all. This seals for top 3. It's just the order of the top 3, I guess, now up for grabs.
Or the only thing that could change is if TSM goes absolutely nuclear clutching
and
up,
wins.
right? Like if TSM, if
the,
TSM comes second or first.
Yeah, the only thing I could fuck Nightmare is if a non-Nightmare Toronto team win the tournament, right? Because then potentially NRG and Toronto would be ahead on circuit points, and somebody else would steal the auto qualification spot from winning. But it's just got to be impossible, right, for Toronto not to.
Yeah, if TSM makes top 2, be sure to use code RACKATTACK for your tickets, ladies and gentlemen. That is the truth. If you are buying a ticket to DreamHack Stockholm, use code RACKATTACK at the checkout. You will get an undisclosed percentage discount, and I can only assume that RACKATTACK will get some sort of commission or benefit for that. RACKATTACK at the checkout for your DreamHack Stockholm tickets, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're looking to buy any second-hand tickets, I think TSM have a few up for grabs as well.
Jeez. All right. You're welcome, Mama Rack. You're very welcome. Thank you for stopping by on the stream. Thank you even more for the gifted. I fucking love money. I love keeping the lights on. You know, I love paying the rent. So the money was like almost as great as like even better than your presents potentially. So thank you very much for that. Anyway, what's our final series of the day?
It's going to be Avidity versus TSM.
All right. Well, you know, maybe TSM goes down to Avidity. And
there's always a chance to crumble if you're TSM. Never underestimate the crumbability of this team.
TSM, that franchise is just so good at shitting the shit.
They've changed so much of the roster as well, but it doesn't do anything.
They've just become the Luminosity Gaming roster, which is also a roster that is, kind of, bed shitters. So they can't seem to escape the infant phase of their life. They're just constantly shitting the sheets, no matter their roster. And now they get one final opportunity to do it one last time. Squid is, of course, my free of charge thumbnail editor and a dear friend. So I hope he goes far, just not far enough to knock Nightmare out of the bracket,
Not too much to ask, surely.
I've also had Landon's mother in the chat, Vision's mother in the chat, saying some very lovely things. So it's kind of hard to root against TSM considering that, because Vision, he's got another. There's so many nice esports moms in NA, dude. Like I have like the least supportive mother in the universe for all video game related endeavors. It's like, oh, you're doing that shit again. It's like there's something like that. Something really negative. And then it's like I've got Vision's mom in my Twitch chat being like, "Go Landon, we love you, Landon." It's like it's so sweet, dude. I fucking love esports moms.
It's the same on my interviews. Nice comments again. Vision's mum, Rack's mum, very nice comments. So supportive. Cannot complain.
Yeah, no, lovely esports parents. But you know, jealousy isn't a good look on me, so I can't get too sad about the greener grass on the other side of the street. Anyway,
Save it for therapy, mate.
Yeah, I'll save that for the therapist. Twitch chat is my free therapist. Sometimes the therapist pays me, actually. So if anybody would like to become a therapist right now, the sub points counter could always go up. But anyway, slop time.
Alrighty, see you on the other side.
All right.
I saw a comment, yeah, where Rack's mum said he was glad he made the bed. Yes. It's because Infected was using Rack's room, so glad to see he made the bed there.
Be joining us. So Jake,
oh, who have we got?
Welcome our guest in our teleprompter.
Welcome, SNR. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes,
Oh, it's the coach.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you here for this interview. We've been just singing the praises of the squad. I just want to first check your temperature on this meta, right? With the Juno Brig backline, you guys look solid, frankly, in these like very aggressive brawl styles. What have you been thinking about when it comes to like this match, for example, playing against Chimes May? Was there any adaptation you made, or was it more sticking with your guns, what you guys have practiced?
So Fluffy's like a hard team to prep for because no one else really plays what they play, at least to like their level in scrims. We knew they're gonna play May and Pharah. That's like their bread and butter. So we kind of just like did quick little review, took notes on us, saying like, hey, like we know some of their path things based on what they played yesterday. Let's try to counter them here. Summary and Soppy, like we had their rollout scouted. So I think it's just a lot about like kind of watching some of the EU matches, looking at how those matchups were played, and trying to like copy paste it because it's really hard to prep for the games when you don't have a lot of scrim time against that matchup. So I think we kind of figured it out though. I think we're pretty confident we know how to beat it.
And looking ahead to the rest of the tournament, I mean, you guys are pretty close to qualifying for Stockholm, right? That has to be on the front of everyone's mind. How is the atmosphere in the team as far as like, there's a lot of pressure riding on a few matches. I mean, you lose, you could be out of the running very quickly, but you get a couple more wins and you could be, you know, booking tickets to Stockholm sooner rather than later.
Didn't we just figure out it was locked?
Our team's pretty good at not handling pressure. Obviously, I think this is the most pressure we've ever had.
Pretty good at not handling pressure?
Shit. Expected to have a really good result. But we don't think about it too much. We're also like have good team environments where everyone's kind of happy and like, you know, we kind of
not quite okay.
Take the mind off it a little bit. But yeah, obviously like we're not locked yet, so we're
the chair is in a state of disrepair.
Confident, like we're not locked yet. We're not locked yet. I think even right now we're technically not like 100% locked, so we're not trying to get too ahead of ourselves. But team is really good with handling pressure, and I don't think it's ever really got to us.
And I'm curious, just as far as
what is it?
The rest of the tournament, you guys are going to face off against Toronto Defiant now. Is that a matchup you guys have been thinking about, looking forward to, scrimming? I mean, like, how do you, they're a different animal, I think it's fair to say, compared to anyone else in North America. So how do you go into a match like that with that level of confidence, maintaining that against such a fearsome opponent?
So every time we play Toronto, we just literally say to ourselves, like, guys, we have nothing to lose. We're not expected to win this game, and we just play better. Like, literally zero pressure. We just have confidence in each other. We trust each other's calls, and like also like
that's grim.
The mirror matchup is it can be a tad Mickey Mouse. So we
fucking classic uni student.
We'll have, so we just gotta go into
absolutely classic uni student
and not care about the result. Right, we're not expected to win, so just play our best.
I like that. No pressure on you, so just give it your all. Thank you, SNR. Appreciate you taking the time to come in for an interview. Best of luck in the rest of the tournament. Hope to be seeing you guys in Stockholm.
Yeah, thanks so much.
SNR.
He had like one towel. I don't think it's that unreasonable to have one towel when you go to like college or uni or whatever for like first time moving out type thing. You just wash the towel. It's not that complicated, I don't think. Surely at a certain point, what will happen with that towel is all that will happen is he'll clean himself in the shower and then he'll just rub himself with a dirty towel, undo all the work. All right, so it might be a quick one actually, right? We've flown through today. And Toronto Nightmare, upper bracket final. That'd be an interesting one. Flack should buy him 90 towels. Should we make Flack a shopping list? Who's my least favorite player to work with? Don't know. Don't think there's any players I've really had any sort of big clashes with. Turlins might be up there. Never worked with UB. Never worked with Chipser. Who was it? I don't know. Didn't get on with Jofi that well. But again, there's no like drama there, you know. He was just a bit rude. There's not like any kind of fun or dramatic story, right? I'm trying to think. What about from the TF2 days? No, I didn't. We just played on teams, so like because TF2 was completely like you just play with teams of friends. If you didn't like someone or someone was a dickhead, you just wouldn't play with them, you know? And most of the time, the scene's small enough, so you wouldn't even bother joining a team with them because everybody already knows everyone, right? So if you think someone's a dickhead or a bit of an arsehole, you just never join with a team with them. Is that why you never played with a team with Sideshow? No, just different friendship groups for the most part. I was always probably a bit closer with like some of the Twisted Minds lads and obviously the Tezek lads. Whereas Sideshow more with, I don't even know what their like most famous team, the AO Guild teams. Why are all the TFC players bold? Don't think that's true. I think it's maybe just me and Sideshow. Maybe Admiral too. Let me crank this down for a second. Yeah, I think we are on for a relatively early finish, right? Jimmy's just like, yeah, I think that's enough work for me today. I think I'm gonna go home. Were you at the event where everyone get kicked out mid-finals? Yeah, I was. If you listen closely when Sideshow's like breaking the news, you can hear me shouting at him. The mic just about picks it up, you know, just before Admiral walks on to like escort, you know, pretend to be the bouncer and escort him off. You can hear me shouting. Like there's a bit where we're talking about like Sideshow saying something along the lines of like, I don't know how we're gonna sell this. And I think me and my mate Ed, MKY, if anyone remembers that from TF2, we were just shouting like, we'll settle in the car park. Scrap in the car park. The good old days. Ever seen a LAN tournament end in a draw before?
Even the devil looked away in disgust. I'm sorry, what just happened?
I think that would be good content. I don't know. Like, I don't really expect to happen.
Beautiful boot from Junbin. Oh my word.
Like, yeah, I've literally met Yubi in real life. Like, he is, like, if you're not in a team with him, it's fine to talk to, you know? Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, you know? Like, I know why everyone wants the fucking hot spice for gossip answer, for fucking, I don't know, the TMZ fucking bullshit. But it's like, every time I've met Yubi, he's actually been really nice, very friendly, very kind. Obviously, that's not everyone's experience of him, but I've met him a few times, and that's what it was like all those times. So I'm not going to tell you that's the complete picture of the man, but I'm also not going to lie to you and tell you if I had a negative experience when I haven't had a negative experience. On top, he's back. He played in groups, but he's not played in the playoffs. I mean, everyone always says this bullshit like this, Atlas, right? Because there's this like bullshit rumor going around and there was something in the fucking contracts. Nothing in those fucking contracts. Like, I don't know what, again, like, it's actually Mizler's theory. This is what we fucking, I think we talked about this a little bit on the Q&A, mainly about UB more than this, but there's Mizler's theory, right? Which is where, because somebody doesn't agree with something, like they don't like UB because of the way he treated KSA, they don't like, they don't like Saudi Arabia because of its policies and its because of its policies and its record on human rights. Okay, all of those things perfectly reasonable. But what they then do with it is they then just presume anytime anyone says a thing about X, whether that's UB or Saudi Arabia, now it's just fucking negative in all of this. There's no fucking ability for like it to only be true in certain aspects, you know? So everyone always presumes when, like, if you ever say anything that is not just aggressively negative, that it's like some kind of fucking, it's like some kind of like, you're paid off, you're contracted to say this or anything, you know? It's just like, yeah, nuance doesn't exist. I mean, think about it, right? Like, do you ever hear, like, journalists or people who write opinion pieces, I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about how sometimes they've written opinion pieces, like about whatever topic, maybe even not a super politicized topic, you know, but obviously everything's politicized a little bit. And they'll get it back from the editor. The editor will say, look, I liked the article, but it's too balanced. You're sort of talking too much, like, from both points of perspective. We can't do that. Just lean towards one side. It's like, yeah, because the balance doesn't sell. You need the nuance. Like, nuance doesn't sell. Like, we want the news, you want the hot takes, right? Everyone wants the spice. Like even you can sort of see it in the way people ask questions, is they're looking for me to say, yeah, this person actually might be pure evil. You're right, this person might be the reincarnation of the devil. Like, it's like, people just want this to be this, like, overwhelmingly clear as day negative thing. And it's like, one is always going to be nuanced, right? Even if there's maybe not much of even if it's not very monetizable or financially rewarding to have that level of nuance. Prediction for the upcoming match? It'll be like 3-1. Maybe Avidity can, like, take a map, but that'd be absolute best. Unless TSM go into, like, some sort of catastrophic choke. Your vacuum broke? Fuck. Yeah, I heard that was actually, Are you vacuuming at this time of night? Or are you American? If you're American, I guess it's more reasonable. If you're vacuuming at this time of night, it's too late. It's UB's fault? Fuck. TM versus VP? They've not played yet. Not played. TM played Peter Cake earlier and actually kind of dominated them, honestly. Oh, it broke 6 hours ago. It's finally hitting home, you know? Cheeky midnight vacuum. Yeah, I mean, it's the same as anything, right? Like, I can't remember the last time I feel like I've either, like, what's the word? Like, watched something or seen anything that's on, like, that isn't just super not even super politicized, but just super all one way or all the other, you know? It's like a, just one side or the other, right? It's the same thing. Do you remember when we talk about ranking players? And it's like how most of the time when people talk about ranking players, there's no idea. I mean, yeah, of course I got paid by Saudi Arabia. I literally worked. I went to work at the Esports World Cup. Of course I got paid, Atlas. But all the stuff that people were fucking saying on Reddit, like, it's in the fucking contracts that you can't say anything. It's like, there was nothing like that in the fucking contracts. Just some random person said something on Twitter, and then everyone fucking repeats it. No fucking evidence, no fucking proof. Just some fucking noise. All of it a lie. Ultimately, People wanted the money. People went. They took the money. They had a good time. And ultimately, if you want Overwatch esports to keep fucking existing, fuck me, you better hope people keep taking the money.
Oh, all right. What do we have here?
You probably came in at like the hot end of that one.
Yeah,
Do you want to watch this
we
match?
Came in charged. Squid on the Zenyatta. He's already done this a couple of times before. Right, Avidity. They've got fun on the Tracer, tools on the Diva. They know what to expect. They're starting off trying to counter comp this Zen, but it looks like Squid, he's won the positioning. TSM, they've got King over on the point. He needs to be careful not to get caught out when Bun and the Diva come point side, but it does look like TSM, they still have this long angle. They're still applying heaps of damage to Avidity, but no clear winners in this first fight yet.
Just trying to get an angle, desperately trying to matrix his Zen out of this one, but Squid will eventually fall. Cost tools his mech though, so player advantage overall for TSM, but it's hard to clean up some of these late kills, so they might just back up to point, settle for getting first cap here. Last rocket doesn't quite connect onto Nenwai here, so first flip for TSM, but plenty of back and forth there. Squid's life certainly feels like it's going to be very difficult against this comp.
TSM, I think that, you know, once they're in control, it gets a little bit easier to hold on to everything. Rad Avidity, they need to make two different things happen at once. They need to pressure point, but they also need to close the gap onto Squid. And right now, it feels like they have accomplished both because they've got TSM right where they want them, balled up at the back of the point. Tools, he's got Squid stuck on the corner. Squid is 96% on the Trank. If he can get this one up, there is a chance for TSM to push back into this one, but he can't find those final little bits of damage. Orbital Ray from Lyre and the Transcendence, both invested by TSM here right at the end, but Avidity, they, oh no, Nenwai goes down, so now it's a 4 versus 4. King with the barrage to even things up and take TSM into the lead. Vision, he respawns and gets those final headshots onto Scuffed and Bun.
Manages to clean it up in the end there, and it looks so scary for a second with Squid. 1 HP on the coast there, so close to Transcendence, but so far away. Ultimately manages to survive, and it's going to be a continuous problem for Squid in reality here. If he keeps getting pushed to the back of that point, limited places to play or space to kite into, and it looks like Avidity, they want to try and see this mega retake again, try and get Squid into a similar position.
Vision, good angle already in main. Rad Avidity, they're going for this same inside rotation, but it's so easy to collapse on them there. Squid does get caught out, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, and TSM, they need to scramble back to the objective right now because Avidity are applying so much pressure. Really good stuff from Bun, pressuring the objective, peeling TSM away, and a fight win off the back of it. Bun even blinking and taking down Lyre with a blink finisher.
Nice little finish there from Bun, and that'll give him the flip back. Did concede 84%, so they've got to hold on to it basically for the rest of the round now if they want a chance to win it. But they got out one for pretty cheap in the end. They're going to have Rally, Pulse Bomb, Self-Destruct. So some of these ults not as valuable as the others, but the Rally especially will be good value. And it looks like they want to hold outside here for now. Might be a little bit tricky. I feel like if they just backed off to point, try and bait Squid into a more vulnerable position, maybe possible. But he's actually gone to the Juno now, to be fair. So more of a straight up just Diva mirror here.
High Noon from Vision up in main. Riker, so low, actually going to be forced. Vision doesn't cancel the High Noon and roll that Pulse Bomb. A little bit of a mistake from him unless he rolled into the main to go for that High Noon off rip. Squid gets a trade onto Bun though, so it's a 4 versus 4. Avidity need to keep throwing ultimates into it. That's going to be the Rally invested, but still, because TSM double swap their supports over to the Brig, over to the Juno for Squid, that means that Avidity, they still have a lead on ult economy.
Orbital Ray's the big one in this ult economy now they can look to convert with as well. And Wub lurking around, trying to come through this high ground, but Tools spots him out early enough, so they won't be able to get up there now until they get a bit of backup. But here comes the backup. They'll clear Tools off for high ground here. But again, Avidity, they can be patient. They can bait them onto them here. Let them get close before they drop out Orbital Ray. Riker has gone onto the Orisa. We'll have a bit of a favourable matchup now when they clash in the front line, but having a problem with these angles right now, and it looks like Nenwai will be marking point, keeping Kin contained, and now the Orbital Ray comes out. Nair of the torpedoes, pressure onto Vision, he will fall, pressure onto Riker, but he does actually manage to get out, so only one kill. They need to be careful of a flip here as well, because King was threatening it. They have denied the flip for now. King is back, Tools will regroup on point, not quite the value they wanted, and now Squid pushing back with his own Orbital Ray.
The second orbital ray for TSM, it is so crucial. And the fact that they've managed to hold on to a couple of ultimates for this final fight, even more important. Nice ray from Squid, even nicer pick onto Nenwai. King now on the case of Bun, chasing her all the way into spawn. Lyar's even deeper still, and TSM, they're just going to start blowing their ultimates right here and now. Look at Landon Monteferrante ripping off heads. That's going to be TSM taking this first round. Riker pops the fortify, eats the bomb on the chin on your Riker. TSM up 1-0.
Nicely done in the end from TSM, but Avidity, we've seen them have some success, mainly on the Orisa Genji comp. Slightly different look here as they try and deal with the Zen. And this is something TSM have been trying throughout the tournament so far, so it feels like Avidity, they have a clear answer in mind. But once they'd make those swaps, Avidity weren't able to get back onto the Orisa themselves, not enough time. And it feels like here, might just be gambling, they're just going to get the mirror from the get-go here, Avidity.
TSM, I think this Pharah composition, it really works well for them. King has a very strong Pharah. Bun, I think, you know, she's no joke on the Pharah as well. But if it winds up being a case of Avidity on the Genji, TSM on the Pharah, going to be a little bit worried. Oh, no, it is that, in fact. So I think King really going to be free reign here. Initial conk, that slows down Avidity's push, and that means Riker is able to take a little bit of extra space, swing wide over to the point, gets a good angle to start poking out Avidity. Actually goes the distance right now. Going for a fast fight. Riker's feeding his brains out. This is insane. He's gone all the way into the back line. Not going to get a kill off that one. Not sure what the thinking was there from Riker. Unwilling to take a neutral fight. Just dumping all of his cooldowns, pushing deep, trying to finish the fight with the first set. I really can't understand that one bit.
Went so deep, so hard for no particular reason, but now all of a sudden they've made a mess of cleaning up this fight. Some of them were forcing point, the rest of them were pushing to clean up, and Avidity, they had the advantage thanks to Riker, but they've thrown it away, and now all of a sudden, Riker, die fast, come back fast. I guess it works out. Maybe he was thinking 85 steps ahead, and TSM, they still win the first fight. They still get first cap. All going their way still.
Riker, so many steps ahead. Feed your brains out, come back and win the first fight through some sort of divine miracle. But that's the power of foresight for you. You can make very bizarre plays and make them work. Lyre with a very quick rally here. As much as I like to rag on Lyre, it does seem that he is rather competent here in this scene. TSM, they're just poking. They're happy to just hold on for what they've got right now. Rally for Lyre, probably not going to be the first layer. It will be the first layer, as I was saying. Squid has the orbital ray to back it up as well, so now that's double support ultimate for TSM, but King throwing in that barrage as well. Get a clean house. Avidity, they only spent one ultimate there, so that's a 1-for-3 exchange. Not the worst for Avidity, but look at that point percentage. It just keeps on climbing.
That point percentage is going to put TSM in a very nice position. So even if they're disadvantaged in this next fight, they will be able to get up to 80, 90% before giving the flip over, which means they just need to complete one retake to win the round and win the map. So big picture looking good for TSM, but the immediate this next fight, Avidity, they have their chances. They're trying to make their way over bridge right now. There's the rally. Immediate bash. There's a 5-man bash coming out from Nenwai. Kill onto King immediately. Riker's made a similar aggressive move into the backline, but actually just getting it for rally. What an unbelievable bargain here for Avidity.
Oh, an absolute steal. Rally into the high noon vision, just that little bit too close, getting caught by the bash. And now, Avidity, I mean, they needed a fast fight win to not be in a last fight situation, and they've gotten it. Real miracle stuff for them. Rushing over the bridge and just taking it to TSM. TSM really got to tighten this stuff up, because losing a fight like that so quickly, it cannot happen. You cannot allow it to slip so damn quick. High Noon now invested from Wob, and oh, what? Lyre boops tools off the map. Wob spun off the map by Riker, and just as easily as Rad Avidity have taken the fight, they have lost the next one in kind. So goddamn quick.
So disappointing to lose it like that. They had all the ults to hold with, then my Orisa falls off the map. Now back in control, TSM. They don't have any ultimates here, but they can force Avidity to spend quite heavily again here. Scuffed coming up to the orbital ray. They have a Terra Surge Blade combo. Lots of options for Avidity, but Riker's trying to make that first move. Forces out that orbital ray. Terra Surge through as well. They hit the combo. They get the value. They will get the retake as a result. Lost Nenwai on the way. Lots of people seem to be having trouble staying on the map right now. Lyre will be the last one to fall. Back in control with Avidity, but low on ults now.
It's been a while since we saw Cronus and Ange playing, but it appears that their legacy lives on. Butter all over the place, Xavier. Nobody capable of staying on the map. Everyone losing these fights in what feels like the blink of an eye. Such fast flips going back and forth, back and forth. Now, TSM, they've got a massive ult lead though. Blade from Bun is so deep. Nobody using ultimates on the side of TSM. A bizarre situation to be ecoing. I really feel like Squid should have matched an orbital ray there and made it difficult for Bun to Blade, but instead they eco it. They allow Avidity to take that fight, and Nenwai has built up a rally. There's still no more ults online for Avidity, so there's a chance for TSM to play fast, wipe fast. But if they keep taking this slow, Avidity are going to have ults for the fight.
Support ults coming up for Avidity, and that's where they need to get to. Here's for Ray from Squid, Rally 2 from Liar, or connected onto Bun immediately. On the back foot, Vision gets another one. They drop their load. Nenwai now responding with the Rally. They need to clutch right now. Scuff died in all of that, though, so no raid just yet. Tool's getting close to that Terror Surge, but Mirage is going to make his life impossible. And TSM close it out 2-0, but not without a few scares along the way.
Dirty opener from Squid. Big Pangerama set of torpedoes, closing out the opening pick, and the overwhelming ult advantage being consolidated. Couldn't ask for more from my favorite thumbnail artist.
Beautiful. And pole position right now, but Avidity's picking the next map. Slop it up. Only here to watch the replay of Toronto since I was working at the time. That's all right. It won't take you very long, Naughty Alpaca. You might be back in time to watch the rest of this series as well. Why do you never call me your favorite thumbnail artist like Unter does for Squid? Well, is the answer not obvious, Tubi? Oh no, she's not realized. This is how she finds out? Oh no. Fuck. Sorry you had to find out like this, Juby. But unfortunately, I'd never lie to you. But why should I... Surely picking favourites, it's a great way to compliment someone, but I'd have to insult somebody else. What if there are no favourites? What if I rate them all equally? What do I mean, what the fuck? Who else does your thumbnails? Alpho. Huh? Juby doesn't even know the name of the people she works with. Huh? Oh, how the turntables, Juby. Disrespecting Alpho, are we? Forgetting he exists? Now who's now who's got the moral upper hand in this? Thank you, Anks.
I'm getting close to the level 555,555,555.
No way Brian Royal reads out the entire number. Honestly, to be fair, Anks, you're getting very close to level 5. You're still very far away from level 5 million, unfortunately. Thank you, though. Appreciated. He did all the uncoachable ones, Juby. Does all the uncoachable ones. So you have more variety, but I think Alpha's probably actually done more, maybe? Maybe not with the interviews, actually. Maybe not with the interviews. Maybe you're still up ahead in quantity, but he's done all the uncoachable ones, you know? So you've both done a reasonable amount. Oh, yeah. Yeah. To be fair, I've stopped doing the... yeah. I stopped doing the thumbnails for the VODs because I feel like it's... It didn't really achieve anything. It was just like an extra chore. Alpha and Juby should both quit in protest. What? Because I refuse to name a favourite? That doesn't seem like a breach of contract. Oh, so there is no contract, so it's really hard to breach the contract. That's the other side of it. Kings Row. More of the same, potentially. Maybe we'll get some Farah. can't hate on Alpha. Though we can try. Fuck. You guys are so conspiracy theory pilled. The slightest indication. Yeah, the slightest indication they're like, this is clearly part of something bigger. Maybe it goes all the way to the top. That seems to be my chat's first reaction when anything happens ever.
It does go to the top. It's like that weather. It's the weather machine that made milk. Same people.
Well, you heard it here first, exclusive. Tell your friends, tell your family. Let them know, because they need to know.
I tell my friends and family the delusional theories right away, for sure. Avidity now, they're swapping over to the Cassidy Genji. They started on something a little different, but now they want to make sure that they have a hit scan to deal with King. King on the Pharah, more than adept at it, just getting the poke in, and TSM, they're playing for the long angles, but Avidity, they've managed to get this rotation off. They're taking the high ground. Riker, he's gotten a little excited, going deep, trying to deal some damage to Avidity, and now he's the one on the run. Tools taking all of the space up on point. Riker does receive the healing, gets topped back up to full, so now once again Avidity, they're going to try and swing the high ground, but look at King going super deep, flying around, trying to keep Wob in check, but the Wob heads, they will not be denied. So Wob, aggressive angle right now. Oh boy.
Trying to make a bit of space here. Riker's coming up behind him though, trying to force him down. Javelin straight into Nenwai, but they can't convert the kill, so Avidity will be able to stabilize on point here. Bully back Riker for now. Orbital Ray in the hand for both Junos. Here it comes from Scuffed. Quick response from Squid. Now it's King with the opening pick. Player advantage as both teams try and stay in their own Ray here. They've traded positions. Wob has taken King out of the sky, so it's not over yet, but DPS down now for Avidity. Big trouble as they are forced all the way back, and now Riker looking to find the finishing blow. They didn't concede a tick during any of that either, so looking pretty good for TSM.
Riker now popping that Terror Surge. Surely that seals the deal for them. Vision capping out on Bun as well, so that is surely it. TSM, they've got to finish this fight off. They're investing so many ultimates into it. In fact, they've invested so heavily that they've got nothing left to give. Avidity, they've still got Wob's High Noon somewhere in the wings, but that's not going to be enough if they can't convert a kill. The fact that TSM used all 5 of their ultimates there, I mean, look, not ideal that they couldn't clean up a wipe, but Squiddy's already 7% to another, 70% to another Terror Surge, or Orbital Ray. I'm cooking all of my old names now. Bun takes out Lyre, but Vision trades out on Bun, so 1 for 1 right now. Lyre being dead means that TSM will have that Orbital Ray even faster. Nobody to leech Squid's healing. Big set of torpedoes, that puts Squid very, very close to the finish line. Vision swinging up on the high ground, but he has to dash back. Tools misses the spear, but so much trouble for Vision right now. Squid's going to pocket him through it.
Squid now going to drop the Orbital Ray on top. Will get traded out by Scuff. Now the push onto the high ground. Wob's now got control of this. Farrah in his way as well, but it's no problem for Wob. He keeps on going. 2 for 1 trade as they take the fight on point. Bun trying to bully her way through. Finish off these kills. A bash, a run, a desperate try and attempt at an escape here from Lyre, but no good. Javelin helps them out, but the health is just no good on the side of TSM. They don't have the sustain. Killed Squid, for the love of God. He's by himself. There we go. They take him down. Avidity getting their feet onto point. A late kill onto Riker should seal the deal, and it took a while. It took a lot of ults. They get it over the line, though.
Finally dragged, kicking and screaming over the line. Avidity, they get that cap. Wob heads, you know, they were in shambles for a little bit, but finally they can rise up once more. And we love a Wob head here, as long as it results in a TSM win down the line. But, you know, little flashes of Wob brilliance here and there. Once, you know, promised a spot on shock, and now he's left with not a whole lot. You can see Wob actually right now flanking on the right hand side, trying to break open this hold by getting a side angle on Riker. Now he starts to sink shots into the side of Riker's head. Riker misses the spear, so Wob, he's probably going to be able to maintain that angle unless he rotates back out into the front. So aggressive is Bun, conking up in main, but Vision, he is ready for it. Hits the coach gun. Now look at him go, edging the Bob forward, trying to get that little last bit of damage in. Nenwai taken out. Wob on the flank actually gets a trade on Squid. And that's terrible news for TSM, because it's really hard to hold the choke without your Juno there to keep you alive.
Choice now for TSM, whether they choose to hold for choke. It might cost them more ultimates than they originally planned to use, or if they just back it up once Avidity show their face. Squid trying to come back quickly, obviously has the speed, has the hypering to help get himself back, but no, they're going to concede space here, TSM, and take a fight on the next corner back. 5 ults in the hand for Avidity, only 4 for TSM. It's going to be a big fight either way, as Orissa's will meet on this corner. Moving in, Rally to kick it off. A counter bash comes out. High Noon in response, forces him back from Wub. Now the orbital rays come in, but a barrage with it, no value at all from Bun, but Kings is big in there. Tools for Terra Surge. Jax will go down, no damage, and 5 ults used for Avidity, and a loss.
Oh, jeez. Avidity, they paid the tax, and now 5 ultimates burned by Avidity, 4 by TSM. No ultimates online anymore, so finally we get to see some good, honest Overwatch with no Q presses getting in the way. Bun making the swap over to the Genji, not having much luck on the Pharah, and this makes sense because there are no angles for the Pharah to take now. Really, you stick it for the barrage, and then you get over to the Genji or the Mei for the second point. Posturing all the way forward, they're going super deep. That's got TSM, you know, feeling a little bit of pressure, but Bun, she comes forward once more and will just go down easily to TSM. Another cleanup for them, coming up on a Bob, and still no ultimates for Avidity.
No ultimates for Avidity. Vision very close in that Bob, of course, and that means they can keep holding this choke, and we've seen in all the King's Rows we've seen so far today and yesterday, this is actually one of the most holdable parts on the defense here. Vision going to be starting on the high ground. Will get cleared by Bun, but still in control of the choke, still in control of the ult economy, and TSM happy just to take this. Only 35 seconds left to Avidity, so they need somebody to make a play. They need something to go their way.
Let's see if anything can go their way, because they're already pushing into Vision's Bob. Looks like they're going to kite this one out a little bit, but because the Bob has landed so deep, TSM, they're just going to keep pushing with it. Look at Vision now swinging super aggro in the back. King there with the follow-up damage. Bun all by her lonesome in TSM's backline. She's going to have to go for the touch here, looking for a kill on Vision, potentially up on the high ground, but by selling her position, she's not going to be able to secure the touch. It's going to be on Tools to do it, but nice boop from King, and nice from Riker as well. That's going to be the card stopping on second point.
Wow, this is an outrageously pushable point now for TSM. Barely through the choke point on second. Going to be such a difficult one for Avidity. Realistically, it's you've got to have a full hold on first or something to have a chance here. Going to be so hard once it gets that choke when the attackers have the respawn advantage as well. So Avidity, they need a lot right now, and it feels like when they took that Pharah mirror, weren't able to get consistent value out of Bun. Felt like she was still playing for more flank plays and didn't see the same impact as maybe we saw earlier in the series from her on the Genji.
Well, let's see if there's any chance of a full hold here. It doesn't really look like it. It feels like TSM have Avidity's number in the mirror, in the Pharah matchup with the Genji. Either way, TSM, I mean, they're hovering some bizarre heroes here in Spawn. You know, Squid tempting us with a little bit of Illari. Vision, you know, maybe wanting to throw it all away with a Venture Gambit, but I suspect as we get closer to the doors actually opening, we're going to see something a little bit more standard coming through. Perhaps some Hanzo, perhaps an Ashe, and just a lot of spam. I wouldn't be surprised if Squid actually stuck the Illari here, because you can play those angles. I think it's just an unnecessary risk at the end of the day. One thing about TSM's comps is that I've seen them, you know, they play the Zen, they play the Illari, but are they really giving themselves an edge at any point by playing these heroes? Because it feels like it's not like they're incompetent in the Brig Juno mirror, and eventually they often find themselves needing to swap, leading to a double swap of supports that just doesn't feel worth the hassle.
Vision coming out on the Hanzo here as well. Very strong point, and it will be an Illari stick for Squid as well. So they've got more firepower here. So the expectation from TSM, maybe that they just want to play through point here. Early arrow onto Nenwai. Forces the bash back away, and now Vision going to try and take this top right angle, pushing all the way through. Spots out the aggression from Wub through Hotel. Good Sonic to keep eyes on them, and Squid going to shut that one down thanks to that information. Now Squid will back up to the choke. They're going to try and push. Squid under a lot of pressure will boot them back. Both supports trying to push Squid, but Squid is actually dealing with both of them right now. Pylon comes through, uses the Pylon to block for damage. They all come to help Squid out of that one, and nice and easy for TSM here.
Clean for Squid there. No back spawns for Avidity. I would unironically like to see a double swap of the supports right now from the side of TSM, unless they can push super far forward. Looks like they are just going to push through the choke without even having that card push, though. They're on a comp that thrives on angle gaming, and there are very few angles to deal with in this archway choke, though. So I feel that the comp, it's no good. But Squid, he's 60% to the Captive Sun, so perhaps he can make something work. Wob heads rise up once more as Wob flanks through the left-hand side, but looks like he was on the way out of that flank, coming back and reconnecting with his team in main. Soon enough, though, TSM are going to have a whole lot of ultimates that they're going to start plowing through that main choke with.
Tools already a little bit low here, desperately needing that orbital raid to match this. TSM about to hit a 4-bank, and Vision takes down Tools. Orissa's will be traded, though orbital raid has been committed. They could do with more kills as Bun comes forward. They're going to go for it. Vision, headshot connects. There we go. They burn through the Brig as well, and there's just too many kills. No more ultimates to throw into it, Avidity, and this will just be TSM pushing it over the line. Celebration ults all round. 2-0 for TSM.
Good grief. Avidity, I mean, they just didn't have it in them. Now they're down 0-2, and I don't know if there's anything they can pivot to stop TSM's momentum at this point. It feels like they have Avidity's number, and this could very well be the end of Avidity's run here in OWCS.
It really feels like the gap is getting bigger as we go through it. It feels like their response there in some situations after losing the mirror was, can we just maybe try and play more aggressive, try and create more things, and really TSM were ready for every possible answer, and now that's not worked. It feels like it feels like we're on a downward trend here, and this might be a quick finish here for Avidity.
Well, one final session of slop, I suspect, before we call it for the day, and yeah, I'll just cue that up.
Alrighty then, I'll see you on the other side. What map are we going to now? I mean, I think the situation we're in now is Genji Orisa is still 100% the best version, or Avidity's best look so far. But some of those responses on like King's Row, some of the things they were trying on the defense, maybe it was just because they had such an impossible hold to try and do, that they just went super aggressive. But it really feels like I don't know, it just made it worse, you know. Sometimes, the fights they were losing on the King's Row attack, I don't think they were losing them for, like, any kind of egregious reasons. They just lost a couple of, like, these big ult fights. Like, Bun chooses to go for a very early flank barrage in the big trade there. I mean, it's like a play, right? But if you have all the ultimates, which they actually had ult advantage in that situation, 5 versus 4, maybe you don't need such a play. I don't know. So it felt like they were maybe forcing things but they didn't need to, and then they start changing the playstyle to be more aggressive outside of that. You see it on the attack as well. Like, Bun just tries to dash in and go super deep, and it just stinks of like desperation and no longer playing the same neutrals that they were having success with before. That's what it feels like to me, at least. And I think that's a really bad sign. When that stuff starts happening, you start not playing your normal game. This type of big mirror matchup composition, you just start, oh, fuck it, trying to do this, trying to do that, not playing your normal neutrals, not playing your normal theory. Then all of a sudden, you're just going to start losing by a larger margin here. And I think that's what we saw towards the end of the King's Row attack. It's 100% what we saw on the King's Row defense as well. And they kind of need like a big reset. I mean, honestly, they're not the favourite team anyway. In a way, Avidity's win and get into the upper bracket final, that was like their big result, you know? They're going to finish 5th, 6th if they lose in this game. And that's a really respectable result for Avidity. I think going into this, would you predicted this team as a 5th/6th team? When I did my power rankings at the start, would I have put Avidity in a 5th/6th spot? Probably not, right? Probably not. I'm pretty sure I didn't, to be fair. I can't remember where I did put them, but 100% wasn't 5th to 6th. So they've already kind of had the result. It's obviously a sad way to go out, right? You just kind of get 3-0'd by TSM, but TSM probably quite clearly the 4th best team, right? Locked in for that 4th spot. So, I don't know. It's sad, but I wouldn't... You put them 11th? Exactly, right? And I don't think anyone felt that was particularly unreasonable at the time. Do you remember we were saying AOM we were going to do a lower bracket run? Yeah, I mean, I had AOM finishing higher as well, but... I mean, losing to SRP check, fuck. Fuck. I mean, no disrespect to SRP check, but when you're a certain level of team, or you want to be a certain level of team, you need to be able to handle like these one-trick teams. And if you can't handle these one-trick teams, well then, well, you're probably not that good a team. All right, Hanoka, it's a clash gambit. Keep on clashing. I didn't get the AIMA hype. I mean, they sort of cemented themselves as like, you know, a top 8 team, right? Which is what they achieved again here. So they were consistently getting top 8. But that was about it. Yeah, they should get to play the Genji here. They'll just play Genji Orisa here. My worry is that a lot of the fundamentals of how they were playing and how they were having success previously has gone out the window here for Avidity. That's the big worry. If all of that has gone out the window, then they're just gonna get rolled ultimately, you know. It's hard sometimes. It's really hard when you're just getting smashed, and it feels like your theory's not working, or this or that or whatever, you know. When you're playing, let's say you're playing, I don't know, Dive versus Brawl, just for like an easy different matchup. You've got clear win conditions, so you remind yourself to play for. When you're in full mirror matchups, it's normally just a lot more complicated because there's different things happening in the neutral. There's all your different ult theories in terms of using these ults in these situations, do this versus these ults. It's a lot harder to fix and adjust things mid-series, I think, in this in these hard mirror situations. I think when you're just like playing one comp into another comp, it's easier to make adaptations. Though it should be said in general, I think adaptations mid-series, one of the hardest things to do as a coach. Really hard to get right, or really hard to really hard to do anything meaningful with them, you know. I think from my experience, most of the time, for people who have a better read, it's normally actually the players who can understand, who have like a better read of it going on, like how it feels to them. It's often quite hard, especially first person. If you're stuck on player POV, really hard to get a read, at least in my experience. Possible I might just be fraudulent as well, but you never know.
You are a fraud.
Yeah,
you are a fucking
that was my suspicion. Hadoka time. Hunt, really good on first fight. First point, they got it on lock, right? Better than Toronto, I hear.
Happy to see it ending on a clash map, you know? Results heads, rise up. We love a quick finish, and a quick finish is definitely what we are going to receive going into Clash. This is the map where Avidity were able to take a whole point off the Toronto Defiant, though, which translates to one singular fight win. So maybe, just maybe, Wob can work some of that magic again and give us another interesting first fight. Looks like Bun is going to be the first to go down, though. Gets a little bit too aggressive, taken down by Lyre, and King is now chopping it up. Right-click spamming through all of Avidity. Only Scuffed left standing, and that's going to be first cap going over to TSM.
A quick one there as well, so no ult charge really for either team. So this will be essentially an entire another neutral again there. Just a small overextension from Bun. Doesn't manage to get the deflect off in time to get herself out of that one. And now we'll be fighting over this D point, walking forward. Will be a full 5v5 again. Slight ult charge advantage here for pretty much all the TSM players. And now it will be coming through this left-hand side, trying to get Vision a little bit of space. Deflex will be traded. Now Vision has this space as they swing in, but will get met by Tools right now, trying to force him back. Riker's making a trademark aggressive move into the backline, but doesn't find anything. It's actually King onto Scuffed. Genji onto Juno. Not the normal opening pick we see here. This is going to give him a huge advantage, and they have to concede space here, Avidity.
Oh, jeez. Avidity already on the back foot. Double support ultimate for TSM, so it's going to be so difficult. Lyre with the world's worst rally coming out there on point. Really don't know what that one was all about. I swear it was like a flex rally or something, standing still with his shield up, popping it, not doing anything at all. But Avidity, they will fall regardless. Scuffed, just taking the piss with that 3 versus 5 orbital ray. You're not coming back from that one, mate. Tap out and get full capped.
Oh, dear. Difficult first 2 points. Going to be a very difficult last point after burning that orbital ray as well. You can see TSM, they've got 4 ults in the bag. That orbital ray, the most powerful of the lot. They're going right side early, trying to get a bit of this space. just peeking their toes out now, not too much here, and they are just waiting for the point to unlock before fully committing here. Will be in this right-hand side they are most interested in. Trying to get everyone ready. Squid a little bit low. Now they're going to come through. High noon swing to get themselves onto point. Disengage comes through from Avidity. Trying to avoid that one. Riker's hunting them down. Vision's going deep. They've separated for Orisa, but Terror Surge comes out. Orbital Ray to save them versus that. Nenwai tries to connect with the bash, but cannot. Now the blade out from King onto this. High noon takes care of one. Takes care of two. Bun just about getting up to this blade now. Can't use it in this fight. They will have to concede a tick, but they have this blade coming back here, Avidity, but it's all they've got.
All they've got is a blade. Blading when you need to clutch out the series right now. Bun already so low, can't even pull the blade. It's looking like we might be seeing a full cap after all. Wob heads in absolute shambles as all of the kills in the feed are going the way of TSM. Another rally for Lyre. Bun comes back with the blade, but in the face of a blade from Lyre, a rally from Lyre, there's almost no chance. And that's going to be it. A quick game is a good game, Xavier, and this is the last game we're going to see from Radix Avidity for the remainder of the year. TSM, a clean 3-0, Avidity out of the tournament.
It ends here. I think for Avidity, though, should be given credit on the fact that they were never really expected to even get maybe top 8 coming into it. So getting 5th/6th, as much as they got 3-0 twice today, actually a really respectable overall tournament result, I think, for Avidity.
All right, well, I guess we'll stick a fork in it and call it a day. Yeah.
Nice
you
early
got
one.
anything else? You got anything else lined up? You know, or just gonna call it then and there. I don't know. I've only been live for 9 hours. You know, it feels like I've got a whole day ahead of me at this point. Yeah.
When did you go to sleep last night? Like, what's your sleep schedule now? Just
totaled?
totaled?
I mean, it's been totaled for 2 weeks. I didn't fix my sleep between the groups and now
last week
because
and
there was
this,
only because there was only 3 days between the groups ending and the next round of matches starting, so I just didn't have the time. So I mean, I think yesterday I went to bed at like fucking 2 or 3 p.m. and I woke up at 10 p.m. tonight, or 10 p.m. today. So like, is what it is. There's only 2 days left, and then I can go back to being a normal human though, because I've only got 2 days of online OWCS left. But,
yeah.
You know,
oh well. Oh well.
That'll do.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Easy.
More games. Fucking obese host for you at the end of it all too. So you know.
Yeah, hope so.
Enjoy.
Hope so.
Enjoy your
yeah,
dollars.
Yeah, I saw. The thing
is,
is,
Avril get his host.
The thing is, I sort of need to stay up late because what do you think the chances are that we finish at fucking this time tomorrow? No chance, right? Which means
it's a long day, right?
I'm gonna need to be up for a few more hours anyway. Plus, when I get the host, I have to exist for a few hours doing stuff, you know.
Have you considered like skipping some tomorrow, or you're not about that life?
What, as in starting later tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, like you skip fucking VPSR peak check or skip Europe or some shit like that. So then you just have more like consciousness hours for when you have fucking 40 trillion viewers.
Nah, I don't think so. I think what my plan is, I'll do like for marbles, and I'll do like, I've sort of purposefully avoided all the like the patch updates and stuff and all the map changes and that, because that feels like content that might actually be somewhat engageable for like the general audience or the mass audience that comes. So then I'll do that, I'll do the marbles giveaways, then I might go into like quick nap into play my interviews. Again, seems like a reasonable segue relevant to the stuff. And then I'll wake up and I'll probably just watch like some replays for a bit, just so like something's actually happening, you know, while the stream's on, all the way into grand finals.
All right, well, I'll pack it in, say my goodbyes to the stream and whatnot. I think I'm actually gonna stop into Kevin Walker's chat and give him a quick serve before he gets the host. So yeah, let me.
All right.
Let me do that. All right, I'll see you later, mate.
All right, catch you in a bit. Good night.
Today. Ciao.
All right. So yeah. Yeah, that's the plan, Archie. So if I was to draw you like a timeline, this is in like British time, so I'll probably get the host about 2 a.m. We'll do like some chat plus marbles for like maybe 2 or 3 hours until like 5 a.m. Then we hit the nap period of the stream where I'll be playing interviews. That'll probably be like 5 a.m. until I don't know, like midday. And then from like 12 onwards, obviously I'm probably going to eat lunch and stuff, and then I'll come onto the stream. I think it starts at 6 p.m. my time. This is all British time if you're so curious. Then Yeah, then this period's here, sort of 12 to 6. I think we'll just watch through some replays. Maybe we'll read some Reddit or something, you know. Do some kind of react to Reddit type content. That's the plan, at least. That's the plan. So that's Saturday to Sunday. But what that means is because in reality, like, this is quite a late stay up now. Like, I don't think I should actually go to bed right now. Grow up, Juby. Grow up.
Right up there. So Johnny, use them legs. Walk
Right on.
over,
It's like a Danny throwback.
That's right.
Oh, we got an interview.
Oh, you got an applause from the team in the back. Who's behind you, King? Who's behind you, King?
That's Squid. Very, very happy to be here. So.
Oh, very happy to be there. Hopefully you gonna... Oh, there you go. Big applause, big applause. Oh, obviously a great player of the match performance there by you, King. How did you prepare going into this match here?
Did he say is that King behind you?
Kind of just
maybe he got
just
mixed up.
Other matches before versus other teams and like changed their comps. Like we played I think a little bit too much Zen, so we're kind of slowing
we're
down.
not
on that,
doing it tonight as
we're
well.
Just improving, but we have.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Backbone.
Yeah,
He's trying. He's like glazed over it here, but he's misidentified the King.
It is a fun here with the Discord orb, especially on Orisa.
Oh, right.
So we're all for it. But yeah, we saw more Pharah and more Genji in this match in particular. I do want to do a bit of a throwback. You played Nightmare in the first round. We didn't cover that match on the broadcast officially. But what did you take away from that loss against Nightmare and something you could improve upon as this bracket kind of progresses?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was just like how we used ults and like the way we played the comp. But after that match, like we learned a lot. So like I'm actually really confident for like our next matches coming up. So
yeah, I mean, you got to go pretty deep in this one if you want to make it to Stockholm, because I do believe TSM, you're fourth.
He said Squid the second time. He said King the first time, Toby.
Shock. Obviously, it means a ton of you. So, you know, when you look at those teams, do you think Nightmare is like the team you're really looking to beat? How do you feel NRG stacks up against you? Because NRG, they took a loss to Fluffy Dreamland. Is that someone you think you could convincingly beat in a meta like this?
yeah, I think for sure. I think for Energy, like it's definitely our meta to take, especially when it's slightly on the Genji side. So I think we're pretty confident going into those matches.
Yeah, last question for you. There are a lot of good Genjis in the region. Sugar Free, Zero, we've been seeing them pop off so far. How do you feel like your Genji stacks up to the other Genjis in the region?
TSM on top.
I would put my Genji high up there. Like, there's definitely a lot of good Genjis. Like,
by on top, you mean?
Like, Zero's really good, but I would
not out of the tournament yet. Still just about in the tournament.
So once again, congratulations on the win, King, and we're looking forward to see more from you in the rest of this tournament.
Same thing.
All right, thank you.
That
King.
class is as top now.
I mean,
all right. Is that just it then? All right, see you, Archie. Good luck. All right, where are we going then? Find someone to stream, to raid. What are we saying? Who are we raiding? Avril's going to get the big raid. Should I just raid RuPaul? Toronto Solidarity. I feel like it's a Toronto, not raid Fun Haver 28. Wait, is that Ellie? Why are you're shouting streamer? Oh, he redeemed the quit. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. What a dickhead you turned out to be. For fuck's sake. All right then, I'm launching the game. I feel like my original thought with these oh wait, I need to update the game. All right, let me update the game. Go Reaper. I've not played Reaper in so long. I'm gonna go to the toilet and then let me launch the game. You can get a prediction up for win or loss as well. Are we ready? Are we ready? Much money on the line? Penny bets? Fucking penny stocks in play? Let's get a show on the road then. Do I queue all rolls? I don't want to play DPS. Ooh. All rolls? Fuck. Yeah, fair that Juby decides. She's the Redeemer. Alright, get your predictions in. Quick game. Oh. J-Town? Fuck. What DPS do I play here? I know on tank. I can force Winston in this situation. Don't you worry, I can force Winston in this situation. 74% yes? Thank you for the faith, everyone. We got a Widow, we got a Lucio, we got a Juno. Oh wait, I need to do... What? No.
I hear they call him the champion. And to think, he used to sleep...
Oh, Rhine, you coward? Never play Reinhardt. Oh, it doesn't feel like I have loads of FPS, does it? Not great confidence from Piccolo here. Look at my FPS. Is it Junkertown worse for it? Alright. Got anything not named Winston? Go Mauga. I don't think I've ever played Mauga. Genji in. Oh, not a useful jump. We chase? Oh, beat me. Heals? Nice. Nice, Lucio. I'll back it up. Fucking Reaper. I wish I could be full health. Like, I'm kind of waiting to be full health. Oh, we got the Widow pick. Let's just stay in the tank and we can move. Full force. Oh, I'm slapped. Oh my god. He's just pushing me. They're all just pushing me. Oh my god, I'm so laggy. Fuck. Anyone got any frames I can borrow? Mate, if you try playing with these frames, if you can, I can feel like my computer like stopping. You play Winston like a white boy plays tennis? I feel like that's a compliment. Why'd he bash into me? Give a bubble. Alright. It's alright. Carl still wages away. The Widow's top right. Just move the payload. Nothing crazy. Oh, I booped him out. I booped him to safety. Thanks, Lucio, you prick. I'm flanking. Oh, not a great jump. Oh, dear. Oh, fuck. Alright, they used 2 for it. I always thought myself of a Roger Federer in this situation, so I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
Never too late to try again.
I've got you, Widow. Are we all here? Where's their Widow? Any pings? Oh, here he is. Oh, I'm missing all my primer. It's ugly. Am I losing this? Have I got pocket? No? We're not pushing the payload. We got it. Guys, I don't have, like, look at my FPS when I primal. Look at my FPS when I primal. Pred's still open. Fuck. Cheers, Juby. I got moved. Oh, we're getting beat? Alright, fuck it. I'm in. No sleep. Oh no. We okay? Oh, we didn't move for payload at all, guys. We didn't move for payload at all. Fuck, team. Oh, no, we died. 2 people died. Fuck it. I'll just take the car push. Don't do anything. We're 2 down. 2 down. Don't do anything crazy, Juno. I feel like this counts as crazy. Just chill. Just please support. Just chill. Our DPS have just. All right, now we can make some money moves. Oh fuck! I'm gonna get bashed here as well. Oh fuck! No way! No way I'm doing that VOD review. The fucking 2 AM VOD review, the 1 AM VOD review. I can go on Widow in a second soon. Don't you worry. Oh, you killed Widow. Real. I shouldn't have done this jump. This is a bad jump. Oh, we're okay. Can we pocket me out? Nice. I should have done that jump. Their Widow's back soon. Yeah, there's the Widow. I can't really go super deep for her. Oh. We have no Juno. Don't take the fight. Oh my god. Air walls. Oh wait, nice cheeseburger. We're gonna beat. Oh, back in the right. I'm on the Widow. Camping right spawn. Fuck, I'm slapped. Push for payload. I'll beat him. I'll beat him. We got it. 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 Cheeseburger is for New Queen Street's proud of quick play Junkertown. Exactly. Can I raid Fun Haver? Yeah, I feel really inclined not to do this VOD review. Who am I endorsing? Cheeseburger for sure. And my Juno. Refund you? Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Not a woman, not a her? Okay, refund him then. And let's get Fun Haver still streaming. Not a him. Refund them then. Let's not auto queue again. He's so excited for Marvels tomorrow. For real reason people are locked in. Is that her Twitch as well? Yeah? Alright, let's find him. Alright, I'll see you all tomorrow then for the big raid. Seems pretty reasonable, huh? Alright. Good stream, everyone. Catch you on the other side. Bye-bye.